Your cosplay game is weak, young man. My name is Arash Dandia. I'm your host for This Week in Toy Culture. With me always is my friend, my co-host, Michael Bergi. I'm sorry, guys. It's been a long, good while. And right before we came on, I did post a Darkwing Duck on my personal Facebook page. So that's why I started with your cosplay game is weak when it came to certain cosplays going on and stuff. Anyway. How you been? It's been a solid 3 weeks.
I feel the love, man. You know, my cosplay game is weak. I get it. It's all good.
Your cosplay game, your cosplay game. Reason why I say this, your cosplay game is never weak because it would have been this weekend. You would have been in uniform.
Yeah,
a Rhode Island Comic Con uniform.
Yep, I would have been cosplaying as a overworked, ragged,
floor
crazy
manager.
man. Yep.
Overworked floor manager looking at me every time I crack a joke. Either you're trying to kill me or you're about to cry. One of the two. I remember
cry. I'm not sure which one to do today.
because I remember last year you were by the table. I said a joke and you almost killed me. And I forget the joke. I said to you, you wanted to murder me, and then you told me not today. And I forgot what the hell I did.
I don't remember what it was. It was something too. I honestly do not remember. I can't remember, but it was something. It was like, it didn't piss me off, but it was like, oh, I want not today, not today, and I walked away from you.
Right, you know? but you knew like I was ripping on you for a hot minute. Yep. I knew you're having a bad moment, and then I looked at you. You're like, not today, and I see like the tears like almost to happen, and I forget who the guest was, and they weren't having this fun time. But here's the worst part of all, and this is why 2020 has taken a toll on us, especially for Comic-Con enthusiasts and everything else. This would have been by far the perfect comic book convention because of the weather alone.
Oh God.
75 the weather alone. I have never seen 75-degree weather in the New England territory in November ever in my lifetime. The last 2 times I went, what was it, 20 degrees?
Oh, I think last year was like mid-20s, low 30s, kind of cloudy, overcast, kind of. We thought it was going to pour out all weekend, and I think it did drizzle one day. Kind of sucked.
It snowed the night before. You had the Thursday. We had the Wednesday snow that scared the living crap out of all of us because it was an absolute snowstorm. So there was the Wednesday scare into Thursday, where Thursday you guys all had to plow the parking lot to allow the photo ops to build tents. And I remember snow being piled up that high.
That was a couple of years ago. The tents in the parking lot.
That was 2017. 2017, 2018.
Yes, that was 2017. That was 2017.
2017, because I remember I have the other 2 guys with me, 2018 and then 2019.
And 2017 was freezing.
Oh my God. I remember how cold it was because I was on a sweatshirt. I didn't bring anything but a sweatshirt thinking I wasn't going to go out.
Hey, but me and Secret Squirrel Steve, we did that in Denver 2017 as well. We went out there here in May. It was like 82, 84 degrees. We landed in Denver. It was like 20 degrees and snowing out. We were on the back of the plane. We're both in shorts and a long sleeve t-shirt. We're in the back of the plane. They opened the back of the plane and wind and cold air and like snow coming in. We were freezing on the back of the plane. We had to get off.
How does that happen?
Oh, dude, I don't know. It was crazy that year. Just totally not fun. Not fun at all.
Yeah. Well, this year would have been amazing. It would have been the first time the 2 of us would have been at a show, probably doing an after party or some sort.
Yeah, right.
You would have been out of your mind.
Uh-huh.
I would have been running around like a crazy person. I would have been, what the heck? I feel like I would have been doing something. Photo ops would have been everywhere.
We would have been trying to figure out dinner at some point, meeting up at the after party for a drink or 2. Right. Going by your stand, food in the what is it, the green room, like some type of sandwiches brought down to you or something, you know.
I know there would have been like snacks. Someone goes from the green room, brings something down. A certain photographer would have brought me a cup of coffee every single year. I miss you, Nicole, for doing that for me almost every morning, bringing me either hot chocolate or a cup of coffee. I think it was hot chocolate mostly, because I ordered the coffee.
Yep.
and then literally trying to have fun during the times where I'd be missing from my table for about 30 minutes, 40 minutes, where I was either with a celebrity or upstairs with the celebrities hanging at their tables or something. And Michael will look at me and be like, can we switch jobs?
It's just hash, you know. It's what it is. It's just hash, you know.
Yeah,
So
but it would have been. I feel like this year would have been amazing because the after party would have probably not happened, and everyone would have gone
yeah,
out for either a Thursday or Friday night, just because it was too nice of a night out to stay indoors for such a long time.
yep, yeah.
Thank you, Jay. I am looking well. We'll talk to that. We'll talk about that in a hot minute as well too. Um, yes. Thank you all for joining us. Sorry we haven't been on for over 3 weeks. I was very sick. On Tuesday, I interviewed a panel for Afro Comic Con, and immediately after Comic Con, I was not feeling well. When I mean wasn't feeling well, I was throwing up on both areas, we'll say. Sorry for the graphic error. And then later that night, I had such excruciating cramps out of my kidney that I couldn't stand up, and the pain just kept repeating every hour to the point where this isn't normal, this isn't real, this shouldn't be happening to anyone's body. I took myself to the emergency room and I found out that my body was passing a kidney stone. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the hardest thing to pass, especially something that's supposed to be 2 millimeters. And I mean this in the hardest thing, two
like a grain of
millimeters.
salt, a grain of
I
sand.
mean, a grain of sand. And it hurt so much that I went to the emergency room. They almost sent me home without finding anything, to the point where I told the doctors one more time, no, I still have pains, bro. And they eventually found the kidney stone. They sent me home to drugs, which weren't strong enough, and I had to go back in the next day to put a stent in me, and the stent was just as hurtful as the kidney stone.
Ugh.
Lo and behold, the following week after that, they took the stent out. The stone came out. Had another week's worth of pain. Now there's some sort of normalcy. I'm not at 100%, but I'm 100% enough to talk to you guys, and you guys see my face, and we get to have a little fun, trade stories. I mean,
And like you said, the boys are back. We're talking toys, like like J-Bo said, the boys are back in town.
the
We're here
boys are
talking
back in
toys.
town. Yeah. I mean, look, I miss you guys. I love talking to you guys about toys. I missed This Week in Toy Culture and This Week in Pop Culture. When I mean, like, I had 2 weeks worth of toys, I will literally release the toys and action figures we're not going to be discussing on the Evo Comics Facebook page, so you guys can see other action figures that are coming out. So the toys that are coming out, some are released, some will be available, some are coming out in January. So keep in mind, and one toy, and I will repeat, one Funko Pop is getting re-released. This is why I always tell people when they buy Funkos, if you're buying to sell, do it. Get rid of them immediately, because some figures they get brought back up.
Yep.
Especially we've seen with
Or
Harry Potter
colors, different
Right.
colors, different box art, stuff like that. Because they're always doing that because they want to basically capitalize on the money. So
It's crazy how bad
Harry Potter did that when they first came out. Then they changed the box look. There's like gold box style versus what it used to be, and they re-released all the pops again. It's basically the same pop, it's just a different box. I mean, I get it. And with Harry Potter, how many are there in that series that they can re-release on it? So God bless them. They can make some serious money on that for a few years. So,
and for me, I've noticed it when I was a kid growing up, that when I saw DC do this, especially when they have their wave lines and the Build-A-Figures, when they brought out the 75th anniversary figures, they were legit re-releases.
yep.
So when you had Batman Beyond to Wonder Woman to Superman to Deathstroke have the same figure re-released with the same exact accessories, you kind of wonder how many toys were actually made, what's available. So let's talk about yeah, well, we may do a 3-hour show, but we're going to call this may go on beyond 2 hours. So keep in mind, guys, spoilers ahead on toys, but we're also going to talk about toys because of the fact that some of these are true spoilers. When I mean true spoilers, we're going to talk about how some of these were never meant to come out, and they were supposed to come out earlier.
Yeah.
Case in point that we're going to talk about, or we're going to get into right now, is the child. And this is the child now. If anyone's purchased or pre-purchased the animatronic one that came out in March, April, and you got your animatronic now, ladies and gentlemen, they are now releasing him with a sack. Now, the reason why I say this is because this toy may have been held back. This toy, instead of it getting released the same day as the animatronic one, this may have been pushed back for the season 2 release.
Yeah.
Mike, what do you think about that craziness?
I mean, it's not bad. It's a good idea for them because you don't want to put spoilers, and Disney and Marvel are, trust
Very
me
big.
when I say this, there's NDAs that have NDAs that have NDAs on top of it that you don't discuss anything.
Like Winter Soldier messing stuff up.
Yeah, Winter Soldier messed up some stuff and then got a nice phone call from Marvel while at our show. You don't do that. They highly frown upon that. So I mean, I can understand Disney doing that and pulling this back just to, save a little bit. Yeah, they want to save it for season 2 and stuff like that. And I'm trying to remember if I saw in the episode 1 someone wearing this with him on it. I don't remember, but maybe it's the next episode or something. And I don't remember if the lady that was the the pit, the mechanic with all of her little robots, if she had one of these and carried him around. I don't remember.
Mando has one. Mando's been carrying the baby in a satchel sometimes. If it's not the bonnet, it's usually in a satchel.
Yeah.
So we have now season 2 toy release, while I call this the season 2 toy release.
Oh yeah, so definitely. It looks cool. I mean, it's the animatronics, which everybody's like going gaga for and everything like that. He makes all the noises. He, does little eye rolls, the ear, flips. So, I mean, it's a cool toy and kids are going to love it.
It is a cool toy. If you lay him down, he snores.
Yeah. Like that right there is kind of cool. Lay him
down, he snores. And I mean snores, he closes his eyes and it snores. This is a must-have for anyone who's a big Mandalorian fan, who's a big Child fan, or big anything fan. Look, comes the cute like little bonnet. He's a little tiny,
cute, man.
I believe he's only less than 12 inches tall. It's very cute to have. Look, can't go wrong. Comes with a satchel.
And literally, I have one of these right now. I think the animatronic one in my store at GameStop. I think it's in like one of our hold drawers, and it does not have the satchel, but the box is almost identical, like literally almost identical. So they did a re-release of this where they just added the satchel on, and I think they did this probably for like maybe it was part of the movie, but then also like kids want to carry it around with them.
Yeah,
for school or walking around the house or something. And it's definitely cool. And not for nothing, you can use that satchel probably for something else and be nerdy.
Or if you're going around to comic conventions and you either have candy or buttons or whatever, you want to toss them out to people.
Oh, definitely.
If you're having a wedding, it's great to like have the flower girl.
Yeah.
Who knows? The baby coos, you pet his head. If you don't know what I'm talking about,
cute.
Go on the Evo Comics Inc. Facebook page. I do have a video with him. Instead of him wearing the jacket, I have him in a Naughty by Nature sweatshirt. So,
hey, nothing wrong with that. It's Naughty by Nature, not because I hate you. A lot
of people will hate. Next on the Hasbro list is the 1/6 Snake Eyes. This is done by 3-0. They have worked with Hasbro to release the 1/6 figure, posable action figure. Dude, this thing is 12 inches tall, over 12 inches tall, super posable, highly detailed. If you are a big G.I. Joe fan,
I mean, just look at the outfit to the, his knee pads, to the boots, to the holster, to what they have on the back for his swords. Like, they didn't spare any, they didn't spare the printer when they made this sucker. No. This is absolutely beautiful. Like, they did a great job. I love the on the arm, the Shragi like patch there for the tat. They did an amazing job on this. This is insane.
But I don't know about the price tag though. With the price tag being as high as it is,
yeah, over 150 plus, it does get a little bit,
But the fact that it's superposable, I mean, compared to the other box set that Hasbro came out with, would you choose this one or would you choose the Hasbro 6-inch action figure?
Oh, I mean, if money was no thing, this one. I mean, come on, 12-inch action figure that has the amount of detail and looks like literally like lifelike. This is insane.
And you can
how much this looks.
You can pose it like could you have them next to your GI Joe and just not GI Joe, your Transformers, and just have to do it like a battle with them?
You gotta. I mean, he's battling against somebody like Optimus Prime, or
it's supposed to be from this scale to like this scale, but that's different.
He's not battling Bumblebee. We're not doing the micros here. We're going with the full size.
Maybe expensive, but for the right collector, it's going to the right home. I mean, look at all the details that comes with it. That's all. That's everything.
Yeah, he's got his Uzi, the swords. He's got his different hand poses. I mean, just that alone is nuts. Like, I would like it. The one thing I'm curious on is if any of the pouches can open and close. That would be kind of neat if there was a pouch that could open and close, and maybe he had ninja stars in there, or he had like the throwing nails, like ninjas would. So that would be kind of neat to have. Or even if he had like one of the ones on the pouch on his side where it's like the little balls for the smoke, like the cloud, so they can disappear. Like, that'd be pretty neat if they had stuff like that and they pop open, even if there's nothing in them. That detail would be, oh man, bonkers. And it's Hasbro. Hasbro has done a hell of a lot better job with a lot of their stuff now, and the detail on it. I mean, these are a lot different than we were kids, man.
A hell of a lot different.
Kung Fu grip was like this. That was it. The arm moved up and down. That was
he barely bent the arm. You got lucky. You either get the ones that the arm twisted, or you didn't, or just stiff arm the whole time, or the wrist. We'll say. But here's some quick ones for you. Hasbro is releasing the Marvel Legends series, this time with War Machine helmets. I haven't seen anyone do War Machine, so hopefully this can start people dressing up as War Machine instead of Iron Man all the time. So here's to you guys. To me, it's a repainted Iron Man.
Yeah, when I saw this, I thought it was the Punisher helmet that they've done, because I know I've seen that one out at GameStops and different Hot Topics and FYEs and stuff like that. And a lot of the comic stores, they've had that available. So that's what I thought this was. And you're like, no, it's a War Machine. I was like, oh yeah, it is. Thought somebody cleaned it up a little.
Someone clean it up. I mean, look, this is pretty much an Iron Man. We know what it is. It's an Iron Man mask painted to be War Machine. We get it. It's a re-release, but guess what? It's because you gotta have this to add to your Marvel collection.
Yeah, if you're a Marvel fan, this is something you're adding to your helmet collection in your house. And now remember, Marvel and Disney, so a lot of helmets to collect.
This is true. Here's another thing coming out very shortly, and I'm looking forward to this. But to me, I'm a little skeptical of how to play this anyway, which is the Mandalorian Monopoly set. Now, the reason why I have a problem with this one is because, one, you play Monopoly, you had the house, and then you got the bigger house. How does one build an empire? How does one how does one monopolize
the empire,
the galaxy, the empire? Wait, someone explain this to me. How does one monopolize the empire or the galaxy? Which is the one you want to do? The empire or the galaxy, or Mandalorian's sort of small world?
I'm curious as to what the cards are going to be too, and say like instead of like Park Place, what is it? Like, is it the armorer or something? Can you zoom in a little bit? I'm curious if it gives us anything. All right.
Okay.
So Moff Gideon, Death Trooper. So those are some of the cards. So what are the like, if you look at where you're on the space? Oh, there we are. So Vader Ranch. Really? That's awesome. Oh, Vapor Ranch. Vapor Ranch. I thought it said Vader. Nikito Encampment. So you're getting stuff like that to take over in jail.
Yeah, Little Land. Okay.
Mudhorn Cave. There's the Razor Crest. So this is like this looks like from the new movie where they're sitting there. I'm sorry, not the new movie, the new show, the new season. So they had some stuff to it. Public House, collect 720 as you pass. I mean, it's pretty neat. The Imperial Safe House.
This looks like all season one stuff.
So looks like it's Imperial credits. So is what you're getting.
So you're playing with credits, but meanwhile, what do you build your empire? Are you trying to get the most credits? It seems like you just have to get the most credits.
Yeah, I mean, Who knows? Definitely looks cool. I mean, it's something if you are a fan of, Star Wars, you're going to add this to your collection if you've had Star Wars stuff. So this is definitely a must-have.
But here's the thing, though. It says go to jail. Like, can we figure this part out, guys?
Should say like go to the Sarlacc pit or something? Like, don't go to jail.
Or go to the Death Star.
Yeah,
like that's jail.
Go to the carbonite freezer. That would be something kind of neat.
Can someone remind me, what was the jail? Like, if you died in the Star Wars video game, in the current Jedi game, where did you end up? Because I keep forgetting. Because if you got captured, you went to another planet, and then you had to escape.
I don't remember, man.
Right. They should have that.
Yeah.
As like the prison. Yeah, sniper's nest.
Tatooine. The Imperial Advance, those must be like the train stations. Those must be the chase or the chance cards or something.
Really, cool. Really, we're literally having free parking still. We literally have to have free parking. Can we not think of anything better to add to this? Could have Monopoly done a little bit better when it came to still having, I get it, the iconic, the classic look, but you're selling the Mandalorian.
Yeah,
we get it. The free parking. I will accept this layout. I will accept this layout.
Yeah.
I don't accept this.
I do. I like how they have the artwork all blends in and stuff like that. I think it's pretty neat.
Oh, right. That it's like, like when I think of this, I'm thinking about the baby child getting kicked.
Where he's like just punching him and stuff like that, beating up the baby.
I would like this. Come on. Like, can we have not thought of anything? Maybe do a different character that's in jail, or maybe a Star Wars villain in jail, something like that. I'll accept it. Just I'm not accepting I get the classics look. I get it, but I don't.
Yeah. I guess if it ain't broke, why fix it? That's their goal.
I guess. As we say this now, it's still pretty cool, though. I mean, look, as we talk about this, I didn't even talk about the key pivotal things that probably everyone wants to see is the pieces.
Yeah.
Stormtrooper, the Moff Gideon, the Imperial. Someone knows better than I do. Baby Yoda.
Raider.
Right?
IG-88.
Yep. So this is all season. So just so everyone knows, this is all season 1. And it'll be very funny if they start doing Monopoly in seasons, which I'm told that there is another Monopoly set out at GameStop.
Yep.
And to me, that's season 2 right now, meaning that a product came out before or got released the same, like a little bit after episode 2 of the new season. Anyway, that's a lovely set.
I do like that it does come with a figure. Like, that's something neat. So they're forcing your hand. So if you're like a completionist and a collector and you're like, oh, I really need this piece, I need to buy this. And you're going to get that action figure. And I agree with J-Bo. It should have been called the Spaceport. Why not?
But using
Spaceport.
For what they're using. Yeah, like, what are they getting the money for? I mean, half the time, Mandalorian's the one collecting all the money for all the people that are just somewhere. We need help. Give me all your credits. What? And then what are you gonna do? You
Stormtrooper.
And what is he? Are you gonna build new armor? Remember, he used his credits to build armor.
Yeah. Yep.
He got his credits to build armor.
Yep, the Beskar.
So this is the lovely box, guys.
I do like the box. It has that carbonite look to it in the front. Like, it has that real nice carbonite look to it, which I think is pretty neat.
But do we really care about the carbonite look anymore?
Some people will, because it's part of their collection,
Or is that a spoiler, especially with the action figures that have come out with carbonite looks? Is the Mandalorian going to get a carbonite makeover because Boba Fett got a carbonite makeover? And only 2 figures that were just released got a carbonite makeover. So, remember, we're talking about toys to shows and movies that are getting released earlier. Toys are getting released earlier than the series. Anyway, for all you crazy Power Ranger fans, it was just a few of you. This is the Lightning Collection, SPD Squad, Blue Ranger versus the A Squad, which is basically Power Ranger Space Helmet with a bunch of SPD stuff.
Like, did he steal the helmet?
No, I wish I wish Ben was here to explain this scenario because I never watched SPD to care enough about it, and I know one or two of the Power Rangers are probably going to message me later saying, "How could you?"
Yeah, I mean, I watched
I don't
the original Power Rangers with Amy Jo
right.
Johnson, David Yost, stuff like that, but I didn't really watch it beyond that.
Yeah, I didn't go past that either.
Yeah.
Still pretty cool though. 2 sets of accessories. I mean, look, guys, we don't care about the figures. I care about this: the
It's all
Poom, the
about the
Pals, the
accessories.
blasters, the
Yep.
accessories. They're pretty much cool. They're pretty much cool. Use your credits for no good, pretty much.
I will say the one thing I do like is I kind of dig the way the colors scheme on the character is and stuff like that. Has a helmet where you can take the face out, the helmet. Like they have the little side piece where you can put his dagger. You know, that type of stuff is pretty neat that they add that. We didn't have that when we were kids. So,
Oh,
to get that now.
well, no, we did. If you had the original ones, it only had the holster to hold the gun, and it only held the one way, and they couldn't swap it out as the dagger because they didn't want kids playing with knives.
Oh yeah,
but guns were okay, but knives weren't because we forget that kids in the 90s, a lot of toys that had daggers, they wouldn't release the daggers; they released the guns.
Yeah,
it was a whole NRA thing that happened in the 90s.
Yeah. Couldn't stab somebody, but you can shoot them.
Yeah, you can't stab someone. Well, we get you the cap gun, but if you bought the plastic knife, it actually went in.
Yep. Yeah, and
Well,
this one, you look at this guy too. He looks like he's like a dirt bike rider. He's got his chest plate, his shin guards on, and like I'm ready for paintball this weekend. Let's go. So he doesn't look at him like I'm ready to go paintball. Blah blah blah.
I mean, look, I'm not gonna lie. He does have the football, lacrosse, hockey. Like these are the hockey pads. I'm sorry, these are hockey pads, guys. These are all. That's a lacrosse chest plate.
Yeah,
those are hockey pads.
I rode dirt bikes for a good 10 years. My dad used to make us use those chest plates, which I never found. I was like, Dad, if I fall off, I'm either falling on my head or my butt. Like, ain't nothing hit my chest. Like, why? But he always made me do it. Oh, he does look like like a Cyrax, like a really bad Cyrax version or something.
Now you know where it came from.
Probably.
Anyway, currently out on HasbroPulse.com is the Power Ranger 2-pack, the SPD. I mean, B Squad and A Squad.
I don't think they were sold individually, right?
No, they haven't been sold individually yet.
Oh.
I say yet because we watched the Red Ranger and the Green Ranger both get re-released as an individual set. If anyone has the Gold Ranger was a box set with the original Red Ranger. So you got 2 versions of Jason. Then you got the Gold Ranger, which is the original character from the series. On to more Star Wars. Now we get to Star Wars, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Retro Collection. The reason why it's called the Retro Collection, because these figures, in my opinion, are the worst thing to happen to toys. My opinion. You guys buy them, cool for you. We're just going to talk about them because they're Star Wars. And look, this is the problem we had. These were the Lego, what were they called? The Lego figures that only had one arm joint that moved, one leg joint that moved. These are totally 70s and 80s. To my opinion, the worst of toys during anyone's childhood. Yet you guys love them.
But that's the thing. I think that's what they went with, is that nostalgic point for the people like probably over the age of 40, like grew up with these original as kids because it was so bad. Like this literally looks like it could have been like Princess Leia like style, but it's Cara Dune, whatever her name is.
This hurts me because as a kid, this was a $2 toy your parents will buy for you, compared to actually getting you the $5 to $7 toy. So they'll buy you the $2 one. To shut you up.
This back in the day was $2.99 to $3.99, depending on which type of like toy store or like what is
We're talking about
department store went to.
Department store. It was Woolworths that always carried these. Woolworths was the #1 toy buying company, and if you had local hardware stores, your local hardware stores had, some of them were lucky to had giant toy collections. Who knew hardware stores had collections?
There was actually, in Rhode Island, anybody who's in Rhode Island that's watching knows a place called Benny's. So Benny's was basically a staple of Rhode Island, and Benny's always had like a toy aisle. And it was like 3 aisles long. And it was actually
crazy.
really good. And they had a lot of good stuff. Sometimes they had the stuff that was like, wow, this could make it on the shelf of Walmart. Okay. But you could go there. Like if you had young nieces and nephews and you didn't have a lot of money, you could get them a decent toy for like maybe 10, 15 bucks. And that same toy at Walmart or Target or Toys R Us or Child World or KB Toy Store was probably $25, $30. Trust me, many years I put nieces and nephews stuff there when I wasn't making very good money, but still need to get them a gift.
Right.
But I kind of dig the look of it because it does remind me of the old school. I like how it's got the hand. It's got that like the Lego hand style where it's not the fingers not bent in. It's got that like a slight thing where it can hold that
grip
gun
we're constantly
handle.
talking about. This is totally from our childhood, total 80s of you just got the Kung Fu grip, just enough to hold the one gun, and it is either the Lego gun or something that they gave you or whatnot with the least amount of details. This is what they gave you. I get it. I get it. Nostalgia purposes. I don't want it. Maybe you do.
Some people
maybe
buy
you do.
They're completionists. They want it all. It's not for me. I can tell you, I'm not buying it. Plus, these things are going to be like probably $15 to $20 a piece. I can't justify that.
These are $9. I still can't justify the $9.
$10. I mean, $10 considering that's not that bad. I'm not going to buy them. I do like this one though because him and we see a couple others. It's got that old school vinyl cape. So you have that Obi-Wan Kenobi. What's his face? Obi-Wan Kenobi. Darth Vader.
Plastic felt like it came with a plastic bag look.
Yeah, it had that.
I'm sorry if this is the complete, unless it's a black plastic bag and they gave you a black plastic bag as like your cape.
Yeah, and you cut 2 little holes in it. That's his arm thing. That's what it reminds me of. But it's so cool that they did that detail, and I like the color scheme. It's like his T-shirt cuts off right where his midsection is. There, we'll say. And there's like his brown jeans. It's like, come on, man. The color scheme on these are just plain. They didn't go crazy. It's black. This is like what, a red type thing and a brown. So they kept the color scheme very simple, which I get, Grief Karga, you have IG-11. I mean, IG-11, it's a robot. I could get that where the arm does the normal robotic stuff is not very articulate. I get that, It
this is like very
this reminds me like a really bad, like, I don't know why, but it's like Chewbacca. It doesn't have
the straps are Chewbacca.
Yeah, it's Chewbacca without the fur.
I don't know what were they thinking? Anyway, you got Cool. Yeah, Cool. Kua?
Quell, I think Cool. I can't remember. I can never remember. I know it was not Nick Nolte. Was it Nick Nolte? It was Nick Nolte that did the voice of him. And
really?
Nick Nolte did the voice of this guy in the TV series.
I don't remember that. So it's very interesting that Nick.
I'm pretty sure it was Nick Nolte because there's 2 crazy guys that remind me. It's him or Gary Busey, and I know it wasn't Gary Busey. So I'm pretty sure it was Nick Nolte. So I know one of them is the crazy with all hair and stuff like that. So I think it's Nick Nolte that did this, which I think is cool. Like Nick Nolte is now part of that. And look at that. Tell me you put a helmet on this. This is Darth Vader, like 2.0. Literally, this is Darth Vader.
The Chinese knockoff version of Darth Vader.
I wouldn't go Chinese. I might think like,
this is the Chinatown version.
No, this is the India version. Like this is India, like, Arabic version or something like that.
And they did paint them brown.
So. Yeah. This is the Dollar Tree Darth Vader.
This is the Deli Bodega version. Yes, get us right. This is the Deli Bodega version of Darth Vader.
The ultra rare Darth Vader without a helmet.
Where they say this is Darth Vader. You could, look, I wouldn't be surprised if someone repackaged this, literally repackaged this in the 75 box saying Darth Vader.
Hey, man, I'm telling my kids this was Darth Vader. I'm just saying. You remember those memes going around? It's like the picture of Nickelback, but they're like, I'm telling my kids this is the Beatles. Like, I'm telling my kids this is, I know.
No offense to anyone. I'm going to go that route. That's James Earl Jones, guys.
They finally gave him an action
I'm
figure.
so sorry, but you know what? Just because
Gideon
still never had an action figure, I'd take it as this.
Still dying to know how he got the saber sword. The black.
I want to know how he got it too. And last but not least, the child, the child with the bonnet.
Cool. Yeah, this looks like something that would be part of like a was it Fisher Price little set that you'd give a kid or something like that, the little baby, and he's got
Like
this
this
little mini
big though.
frog. Yeah.
If this was Fisher Price, it'd be this big.
Well, you have seen the Black Series Baby Yoda, right? He's literally
Yes.
like an inch tall. Like that's it.
He's
$10.
He's a choking hazard.
Oh yeah,
no. That version is a choking hazard. I'm sorry. When they released the Black Series Baby Yoda and it was yay high, when I mean yay high, that is a choking hazard to have. You remember when drunk girls would bring like a little toy? Literally, drunk girls would bring a toy to the bar, put it on the cup of their beer, and they had to put it down every time they drank. And guys would do it too, but I also saw girls do this. Okay, so catch me if I'm wrong. This is the Baby Yoda you put on your cup. And every single time you had to take him down. What was the rule? He couldn't fall into your cup, or you had to pick him up every time you drank and whatnot. There was a stupid rule.
Maybe
this was a
me and
choking
you went to
hazard.
different bars.
This is Long Island Street. This is what happens, all right? Between Long Island. What's worse about New England territory is like something bad happens down the line. And when I say something bad happens down we have the cursed child. I say cursed. He is a cursing and a blessing.
Right.
Last but not least, season 1 Mandalorian as well too. I mean, yeah, I you know what? Don't get me wrong. Starting now up until next year or whenever we get some sort of normalcy when it comes to getting shows, these guys are gonna be doing Comic-Cons. So either you can start collecting the $5 toy, $10 toy now, the $10 action figure, your $10, $12, $15 Funko Pop, depending on the price of the stores that you're going to, or you're buying your $40 action figure to your $300 Crest. What is it? Edge Crest, right? Edge Crest, Razor Crest. Yep. Thank you. And sad but not least, the Razor Crest has actually finished their their campaign. It ended today at 4:00. So congratulations to people that have got the Razor Crest coming in. Sorry for everyone who's probably going to spend tens of thousands of dollars to getting their.
Would they get? What level did they get back at? Level 92 or something? Every time I looked at it, like we made this backer. It was like, man, are they ever going to stop?
I think, if I'm not mistaken, they have over 30 to 40,000 backers for the Razor Crest. Damn. And it is ridiculously it's awesome. It's awesome for Star Wars fans that we're getting the vintage figures. Granted, the vintage we watched the vintage figures not gain any type of credibility back, but we watched a ton of new stuff like dude, the fact that they're making more vintage figures, I mean, that's what you have. Yeah. You have the 3.5, 4-inch figures. You still have your 6. I grew up in the 6-inch figures. I wasn't a big fan of the 3.5-inch figures only because they were the size of G.I. Joes and they were good size, but I would lose them.
Yeah. Yeah, see, when I grew up, that's what they were. Back in the early 80s, everything was like 3 to 4-inch figures. That was it. Yeah. I mean, I do like this one here. I think they did a really good job with it. Again, the vinyl cape, I absolutely love. I think that's old school. I'm so curious. Wearing a cape. Yeah, I'm so curious about the blue knee pad versus the other one doesn't have like a knee pad. It looks like normal. So that one I kind of wonder why. But hey,
Hey, the figures are out. I'm happy they're out now, and they're totally out of the toy delay. Mm-hmm. Just to add to your Mandalorian collection, Hasbro just released for Mando Monday the new Mandalorian helmet that is currently out on HasbroPulse.com. And guess what, guys? If you are a helmet fan, you're a Mando fan, a must-have.
Yes. I mean,
you feel like they're going to release the Boba Fett one eventually, like the two versions?
Do they? I think they might do the one that's in the movie. The movie. I always say movie, but the TV series right now that he.
The rusted version.
Yeah, the rusted version. I think they might do that because they already did the Black Series Boba Fett helmet a couple of months ago, and that was a big seller. So I think they might redo that one as well.
Having the sandier version of the Boba Fett helmet.
Because people are going to buy it.
Yeah.
Even if they don't release it yet, maybe a year or two down the line, they'll do it because they know it's an instant 100,000 sales or something like that, at $100 to $150 a pop.
All right, so are we gonna write a post-it note saying March, April?
Next year, I
That's
think it
it.
might come out.
March,
I think it
April.
might be 2022. I think that, but it'll be released, no doubt.
Really, you don't think they're gonna push the bandwagon and get the March, April release when it comes to certain toys?
Nah, not for that. Not yet.
Hmm.
We'll
Anyway,
see
that's
though.
the Mando helmet. Pretty dope though. That's the back of the helmet. Apparently, it's adjustable now, so you can actually add more filling to fit your head. Most helmets before really didn't fit people. I believe
Bouncer. You look
it,
like a bobblehead doll in that thing.
that's true. It does come with this chin strap, so which is pretty cool. Also has the light, the side light as well too. And the box art. Can't go wrong with the box art.
It does look cool. It really does.
Eh,
I dig that copper kind of orangey look to it. It looks really, neat. I do dig that. I like it.
it goes great with your Black Series Mandalorian series figures too. That's sitting on your shelf.
Yes, true.
Especially, I love the Rhode Island Comic Con lanyards sitting right behind you today.
Lots of them.
Lots of them.
Terracon, Rhode Island, Foxwoods, Hartford, Granite, all my different shows I've been to. Had to
Not
show a
enough.
little love to Comic Cons. Yeah. That's just the tip of the iceberg on some of them.
We also still have on Hasbro Pulse's website. Also have the Moff Gideon vintage figure. Go and get yours now because guess what? We're gonna have to figure out how this SOB got his hands on this thing because if anyone remembers Clone Wars, how
Sabine
the
Wren.
heck did he get his hands on this? Is going to be something that has to be answered in the series. And if we don't get the answer, why do I have a feeling they're going to hold that off and towards the end of it? So we are so hyped for season 3.
Well, you got to figure right now this season. Well, I mean, when they showed that at the end, the season finale of season 1, man, I lost my mind. I was like, how does he have the black saber? How does he have it? Like, couldn't wait. And now I'm 2 episodes in. I'm like, how did he get it? Somebody's got to tell me. I need to know this. And I know we have Sabine Wren is rumored for it. Ahsoka Tano is rumored for this season.
We did get the tease. We did get our teaser. We did get our moment. We did get the Boba Fett armor, and we get to see Boba Fett out of helmet at the end of the first episode. Sorry for spoilers alert, but if you haven't watched The Child, the last scene is you see Boba Fett. And I want to know what type of mental capacity he's in. We're just like, hey, dad, stormtrooper, every stormtrooper, dad. Right? Oh wait, not dad. He like loses his mind. I mean, someone has to think about the theory of this. If you were a kid growing up and every stormtrooper is your father, is a clone version of your father, Jango Fett, how do you feel about this?
They got a lot of uncles, man. I'm owed a lot of Christmas gifts. I'm just saying.
I'm losing my mind half the time. And how are they easily brainwashed? So
that's true.
For the Republic. For the Republic. There's your box art. Go run chasing for it, guys. All local stores and wherever Hasbro decides to send it to you on time or not. And we also got
the Armorer, or as GameStop like to call it, Sparrow.
They named her Sparrow?
In the Black Series in our system, she was named as Sparrow. Sparrow. And it was a pain in the neck to find in the beginning.
And I probably know why, for spoilers ahead, because if they were doing it, it was probably on purpose.
Yep.
Because you can put any other character and be like, oh, it doesn't make sense. But you put in their armor, and if you've read the comic books, bam, you found a version of the armor, and I believe this was in the comics a male character. So
I dig it. I love it. I think it's awesome.
Well, thanks for sharing the love, man. I mean, look, see, someone gets it for free. Did you Karen the store to get one?
Nah, he probably has. He's bought enough action figures and he got a freebie. I did the same thing. I got a free one too. I'll show you afterwards which mine was.
Oh, when you buy enough toys at GameStop, they'll give you a toy for free?
So GameStop was doing this thing. You had to buy 5 or more action figures that were not on clearance. And they had to be at least $22.99 or over. You bought 5, you got 1 figure for free. I may have bought a few over the last couple of months. And
that's basically half your sets?
Yeah, I've earned a few action figures. So I think I have 2 more free I have to pick up before the end of December 31st or something.
Okay.
So, yep.
And there's a lovely box art for all your hunting privileges, ladies and gentlemen. May the hunt be in your favor for all things Star Wars.
Yes.
Now, still in the Hasbro series and everything, you, of all people, and maybe a few of your cohorts, all still are a big fan of the Transformer series.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, they are now releasing the off the Bumblebee movie. They are releasing Starscream. Which to me, it's a second release. I don't know why they keep doing this.
See, I swear when I watched that movie, it wasn't Starscream. I thought it was Blitzwing.
It's sad because, yeah.
Because in the beginning, when you saw it and they blew him up, like, I swear when Bumblebee beat him and destroyed him, I thought it was Blitzwing, not Starscream. But
it was the way the jet was too. The armor and everything was completely off the character. Wasn't like so for your hunting purposes, ladies and gentlemen, this is, and yet again, this doesn't look like Starscream. This looks like one of the not Prime Wars, the Battle for Cybertron. This reminds me of Battle for Cybertron.
And you look at his wings look like they're backwards.
Inverted. This is why it reminded me of the Battle for Cybertron.
Yeah.
Especially in the series where, you know, I kind of also reminded me of Transformers the movie too. I don't know why. Also reminded me of that.
It's like J-Bo said, it's a Cybertron jet version. I'm not overly thrilled with it, the look of it. I don't. And I like Starscream as a bad guy. You know, he's one of my favorites. The paint scheme on it's really cool. The way they did the jet fuselage, you know, everything on it. When he's transformed, he does remind me of the original, you know, Starscream from like the 80s cartoon and stuff. I just can't get into it because it looks bulky and stuff like that. I don't know. Not digging it.
Come on, look at it. Look at it.
Not digging it. But you see, if I knew that, like if I didn't know that was, I would know that was Starscream just because of the color scheme, the blue and red and the yellow. Like you automatically know that's Starscream. And he does have the jet exhaust type deal up top. So it has that original, you know, Starscream look from the cartoon series.
To me, it will always remind me of the jet plane from GoBots too. I always like Starscream. I feel like someone should make a collage. I'll probably do it eventually. Starscream versus the GoBot character, because they had the same color scheme and they had the same, like, that cockpit. You know, the cockpit right there was very yellow, and they both had very yellow center chest pieces.
Leader 1, and he had the yellow like visor on his eyes. It was Leader 1, and the Leader 1 guy was Psykill.
Yeah, see,
I may be a GoBot fan, just a little.
Just a little, because it was Transformers based, so that's why you watched it.
It was a knockoff of Transformers, so I watched it.
Something cool that you can also get on Hasbro Pulse's website, which is the Optimus Prime Takara Tomy Golden Legion. This is pretty cool.
This is so beautiful.
It's so good.
I like gold. This is beautiful though.
This is exclusive off their page right now. Pre-orders are happening right now. Don't miss on these pre-orders, because I've seen a lot of them get sold out instantly 2 weeks later. I know some of you aren't huge. I'm reaching out to all your Transformer fans. So this is for the Transformers fans. This is for you.
I do like this. This does look like he's metal. Like someone made a badass like metal.
The plastic metal version of him.
Yeah, like you don't look at that like when he's transformed, he doesn't look plasticky there. He looks like he's a metal robot. And then you look here like, all right, well, maybe it's a little plastic and bronze. All right, not too shabby.
It's still cool though. I like
robot. It looks awesome.
I like the fact that it's more solid, no bullet marks, you know, none of the other marks that he has normally, because normally when you see his windshield, usually has a crack marks, the front grill's destroyed. I like it because this is clean. This is like, to me, almost like original Optimus Prime. You know, I'm a collector. I want this version. I don't want the battled. I don't want a battled version. I want a nice, clean version of Optimus.
And this does have that old school look of Optimus Prime from the 80s, like cartoon series, the way it is, like where his arms punch out into the middle of his chest and stuff, when they fold in and stuff like that, and they were like the lights, like that has that look to it.
What are you talking about? Optimus Prime didn't have a thin waist like this. He was more boxy than that. You were talking about that thing came straight down. Like they were all size. I was like to say they were all size 6s, bro. Let's just get it out of the way. They were all straight slim. They didn't have. Look, this looks like Optimus Prime is worked out because those forearms, dude. Look at those forearms. The legs I can believe, but those forearms, no. This
Hasbro has them on a diet. They gotta, be a certain weight to make.
They gotta bulk up.
Yep.
They gotta work on those forearms and stuff. I can't even do it anymore.
Optimus is throwing, Decepticons around. He's got to keep up the forearms and the buys. The 24-inch pythons, baby.
What are you talking about? He's got 2 Bumblebee cars going up. Like he lifts them up like they're nothing.
Cliff Jumper and Bumblebee in one arm. Let's go.
Or he's got. And then once in a while plays with Hot Rod. Every once in a while, I'll pick him up and be like, "All right, deadlifts. All right, here we go, Hot Rod."
The reason I died, you jerk.
Well, the Matrix. The Matrix. Anyway, that's the cool box art, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it comes in. If you're a Transformers fans,
the box is fire, straight up fire. They're drinking energy muscle milk.
Just so people know what we're talking about. There we go.
That's great. Hitting the old gym for the Energon muscle milk. Yes,
and last but not least, we got the Ultra Deluxe Edition, also from the 03. This is the Bumblebee. This is from the last. They based it off the last night. This is highly detailed. Same large price tag of it being over $150. I reason why I say $150 are probably over is because that's the price I saw. Depending on different stores, whoever's going to carry this, get it at Hasbro now. It's currently available as a pre-order, and this is highly, highly detailed. When I mean highly, highly detailed, just take a look at the pictures alone. Dude, I might get this and have my bank account go back to zero again. So,
I mean, I don't blame you. Look at the detail. It looks like they literally just was like on the movie, went, "Thank you," and pulled it and put it right there in front of you as a toy. The detail on it is great. I'm glad you can't transform this thing because, man, I would break it. If this was transformable, I would break it because there's no way in heck you're making this look like a Camaro.
Talk about those things never transformable anyway. If you ever looked at the robot, those robots couldn't transform. That's why they had extra noise and panels to transform to this style. But it's highly posable. I mean, he does have his wings. I mean, his side doors. He has his plasma cannon. Super posable. So, I mean,
the detail on it's nuts. They did a great job with this. I'm a huge Bumblebee fan.
But I don't remember even him in the last night having a hammer. We were just talking about this before. Did Bumblebee have a hammer? We never realized it.
Unless he grabbed one from one of the knights on top of the ship and smacked, one of them with or something. I don't remember him having a hammer at all.
Right, maybe it was a quick scene kind of thing where he grabs a hammer, bam, hits a villain, and that's the end of the hammer.
Yeah, and that's a possibility. He could have gotten one off of one of the knights. We don't know. I don't remember. I have to rewatch it again to see, but I don't think he did.
Didn't all the knights have swords? Yeah, I can't figure that part out either. Anyway, highly detailable, superhero pose as well, too. Bad for your knees.
Yeah, superhero landing.
Superhero posing, landing. Still cool though. Love the face mask on it. So basically, battle ready Bumblebee. You know what? I'll call him battle ready Bumblebee.
Yeah, he's got the stinger, the Hornet look to him.
And I was just reminded that this figure is over 8.5 inches big.
Oh wow!
So a little bit above your 6-inch figures. Yeah. So you can actually have like a good amount. Like if you have certain toys. Still cool. The fact that it comes, here's the kicker, guys, and no one's seeing is it comes with a stand. That's what's awesome. Like you can, if you don't want to pose him completely, it takes a hard time just stand him there. He has a stand, ladies and gentlemen. He's got a posable stand.
How many times are you trying to pose a character or something like that, and you finally get him to the way you want it, and then you walk away, and then someone comes walking by, if they accidentally nudge, the thing, all of a sudden, and he falls over, and you're like, I'm gonna kill somebody. Speaking
of which, Hasbro Pulse's website, you can go on it right now. They now sell stands. Ooh. They now sell stands for your figures, the clear stands to either have your guy flying in the air or have your guy standing still on the ground. They sell stands now.
That's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. I like that.
Way to take $10 out of my pocket every time, guys.
Smart.
$10 out of my pocket with every action figure. Every single time I get one of these figures, I gotta get a stand now. So
yep. Accessorize.
What I have? Beast. I keep forgetting what I have. I have to make a list now because I went to a last time, and I'm trying to when you go to half these shows, and you're like, do I have this? Do I not have this? Do I have this? Do I not have this? I don't remember. Did I buy a double? And I have bought doubles. I'm looking at 2 of my doubles right now. I have bought doubles, and I'm afraid I did it again. But
I used to do that with my pops. I would take pictures of all my pops, and then I would take a picture of the back of one of the pops, and I would just color out what I've already had. So if I was looking at a show, I'd be like, all right, I got this. All right, I need that one. All right, cool. And then, I would then color it really quick so I knew which ones I didn't need. But yeah, it gets crazy after a while.
Yeah, I mean, you forget. I mean, there isn't an app. Someone says there's an app out there. To me, it's not the same, guys. Trust me, half those apps don't work because you're still end up buying doubles and triples by accident. And if you're one of those guys that really knows your collection, good for you. Literally good for you.
Right?
Anyway, one of the guys on your toy groups said that he was looking for an Ultimate Warrior. So sooner or later, we started bringing in the WWE figures. Some of you guys are not a big fan of wrestling. Some of you guys are. I'm a big fan of the old school wrestlers. I currently do watch the product because I do have a few friends that are current wrestlers. Michael Berge has been nice enough to have a few dinners with a few wrestlers every now and then. We are very fans of the old school. So for all you guys hunting for current WWE action figures, we also have some WWE figures for you. This is the current Mattel line coming out. This is the WWE Elite 2-pack. This is the Mr. T versus Roddy Piper. 2-pack from WrestleMania 3, if anyone remembers that WrestleMania. I really didn't watch it as much though. I'm a poor guy. That's when I started watching. So
I watched the first WrestleMania all the way through, probably to WrestleMania 23, 24. I never missed one. Literally never missed one.
So
I haven't seen the last few because just some of the wrestlers I don't really care for too much, and some of their styles are just not that good. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you look at them, you're going, I'm gonna take a walk, man.
Yeah,
seriously,
your mic skills are not that good, and neither are your wrestling skills. I'm sorry. No.
Anyway, if anyone's hunting right now, soon, very very shortly, the Elite 2-pack of these figures will be heading to stores very soon. Check your local stores. Especially Target and Walmart, because if you find them, they're usually gone the next day. So just like the Mattel He-Man line that we had posted every now and then, they have come and gone, and same thing with Ninja Turtles. If they come, they're gone.
Oh yeah, and this one I do like this because it reminds me of Clubber Lang from Rocky 3, I believe was.
Rocky 2.
No, Rocky 3. Rocky 2, he had the rematch against Apollo Creed.
There we go. See, Rockies. Those are good toys too. Thanks by Jack Specifics. Same guys as the wrestling figures, so wouldn't be surprised. We also have the Elite version of Jerry the King Lawler.
Yep.
Gotta love the his crown, and now they added the cape.
I do like about Jerry the King Lawler is he also is an artist now. So if you ever catch him, he's usually at Comic-Cons in Artist Alley.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah, he does artwork and stuff like that. Usually in Artist Alley sometimes. He won't be at the show as a guest, but he has a booth or something in there as an artist.
I can see that.
Yep.
And look, he probably has 8x10s behind the table, but he probably wants to sell art and being known as an artist. I think that's pretty cool.
I can't remember what show I saw him at, and I remember stopped back and I did a double take. I'm like, that's Jerry the King Lawler. I'm like, what the heck's he doing in Artist Alley? I thought maybe he had some deal. He was there, and they're like, no, he has a table here. He's an artist. I was like, he's a wrestling superstar. I don't know if he paid for a table or they gave it to him because it was kind of a part of a deal or something. That's Jerry the King Lawler. That's awesome. I was impressed with that.
True.
Oh, classic wrestlers, yes.
We also got the new release of John Morrison. Very quick. I'm not gonna lie. They got this figure out pretty quick for someone who just joined the WWE not too long ago. So it looks like they've been like pushing this in the back burner as if they knew they were gonna get him.
This reminds me, like, I know it's like you're the guy Johnny, but this looks like Christian or Edge or something like that. You know, the look of it.
This is John Morrison, aka Johnny Nitro, aka part of the Miz crew. So I'm going with the whole. Sorry, guys, I'll get a WWE mood for you guys because I was just watching Raw yesterday. So I watched him get his ass kicked by Drew McIntyre. So they're all repainted.
Yeah. What's up, Mike?
Also, if you're in the hunt, they are going to release China this time with the women's title. They're going to release a new version of Shawn Michaels, Goldberg with the Universal title, another version of Edge, and I keep forgetting who the last character is, but he's a classic character. Well, not character. He's part of NXT.
Yeah, I have no idea. Is that Bischoff? Eric Bischoff?
Eric Bischoff.
I can't tell. I can't tell by the face. I don't know who that is.
No, it's not Bischoff.
All right.
More to come online. We have the Fabulous Moolah also coming out as an elite figure.
Mm-hmm.
We also have, which you and I were talking about this, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not a big wrestling fan or you're a big Stone Cold fan, this is Stone Cold Steve Austin before he joined WWE. This is Stunning Steve Austin, aka Stunning Stone Cold Steve Austin. So this is when he was a tag team champion with Brian Pillman, yes, the one who is part of the Hart Foundation, which I'm waiting for them to release. I'm surprised they didn't release this as a 2-pack. With Brian Pillman. I kind of wish Brian Pillman Jr. was here to talk about this. I feel like we should grab him one day to talk about why his dad didn't get the figure of the. So they were known. This group or tag team was known as the Hollywood Blondes. I'm not joking. This was known as the Hollywood Blondes. So
I just look at this and I picture Stone Cold Steve Austin. The hair is throwing me, man.
No, not the hair. The smile. The smile. No. When was the last time have you ever seen Stone Cold Steve Austin smile in your lifetime?
Yeah, I saw a model in Vince McMahon's backside. Yes, I have.
Okay, fine.
You know?
But you're always okay, so this is the one time you get to see him with hair. He used to have he used to have hair. Apparently the hairline kept going further back and further back and further back. Yeah. And his wife told him to shave his head for his career. And no, Brian Pillman Jr. is no longer in AEW, and if he is he does dark matches. He's a part-timer. He is back with Major League Wrestling, which they are having a pay-per-view in 2 weeks, free on YouTube. Just so you know. Reason why I know this because British Bulldog Jr. will be having a World Heavyweight title match.
Nice.
So, which is pretty cool, though. I love to get Pillman Jr. on here just to talk about why his dad didn't get a figure. We get Stunning Steve Austin. But that's probably a later deal. Or we'll probably see Brian Pillman come out later as with the tag title.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know is that also Stone Cold Steve Austin, a.k.a. Stunning Steve Austin, was also a television champion. So. So real quick thing about AEW, every single wrestler that included also Matt Cardona, some of the other guys, they were part-timers. They were only contracted for a few months. So Matt Cardona is completely off AEW right now. Who knows? They're all waiting for the pandemic to end in order to get them on full-time. But whoever they have right now is whoever they can get as part-timers.
Probably because of everything going on, yeah.
Yeah. And then wouldn't be I know also Matt Cardona wants to be part of AEW. He doesn't want to be an Impact because they don't want to keep him and Brian partners. This also helps build their brand on being on 2 different shows at 2 different times. Like as of right now, Impact is on for the next half an hour if you guys aren't watching or you don't have what channel? I forget. One of the if you don't have Access. So Access Television, the music channel. These are all exclusives for Targets. For all of Target, actually, you have Tyson Cruz. if I remember, is he slid on Tyson O'Neil. Sorry, he slid under the ring at the Saudi Arabia Battle Royale, the greatest Battle Royale. My God, I was at a convention when we saw this live. I'm going, wait, did that just happen? The greatest botch ever in known to man, as a man literally slides further than any baseball under the. You also have a new version of Umaga. You also have the Ultimate Warrior holding his yellow title belt, and you have the elite version of Stone Cold Steve Austin.
With
to me, it looks like
the knee braces.
Yeah, with both knee braces. So happy hunting for you wrestling collectors. I believe for the group member who is looking for Ultimate Warriors for a classic one, I'd probably go with these figures right now, bro. That one you're gonna spend $40 to $50. Sorry.
Yeah. Tragically.
I mean, that's what sucks. When you have to wait for stuff, you have to wait for stuff. But this is the Ultimate Warrior you definitely want to have in your collection, and this is the WrestleMania 12 Elite version of Ultimate Warrior.
See, my only issue I have with this is the way they did the mold on the legs and stuff. It's like it looks like it's cracking. Like
it's like
when you look at the muscles, it looks like they didn't do a good job with the mold. It doesn't look solid. Wait. I get it. They're trying to do the muscles.
Look at my fingers. It looks like his legs.
Yeah, I get it. They're trying to do muscles on it, but it just doesn't look right. It almost looks like crack veins or something like that. I'm sorry. It just looks a little bit face-wise, the hair-wise, the rest of it. Like, they did a phenomenal job. I absolutely love the cape.
Look how awesome the jacket is. The only thing missing is a WWF logo on it, the old school F logo. And granted, so this right here, if I don't remember, if I'm probably getting this wrong, this used to be the WWF logo. And they had to change it to the Warrior logo.
I think he did have the WWF logo. I think it was WWF. Yeah, I think so.
F logo. I'm surprised they didn't do the Block E logo, the old school logo on it. So I'm okay with them using the Warrior logo as the background.
Probably didn't have the rights to it. That's why.
No, they do.
But to do WWF, I mean.
No, they will never have the rights back because they screwed the. I can go for a whole hour and a half, 2 hours on why they should bring the F logo back and what they should do with the World Wildlife Fund. But in my opinion, they lost that battle so fast and they never went back to it, which is I'm still confused. Anyway, more on the Warrior. Do you know when the Toy Biz figure is released at Target? No, actually, we don't know when that is, and they're probably anything new as far as Spider-Man. Just to answer this question, Spider-Man toys will probably be on hold. And Michael, if you wait until the end of the show, I'm going to explain to you why a lot of toys will probably be held back really hard, or will probably be released day of a movie release now, because we're a good 4 to 5 months behind on any type of stuff. We watched Dune figures get released before the movie. Now we know who half the characters are without even having to watch the movie. Marvel and Star Wars saw this. Disney saw this, and we're going to talk about 2 Funko Pops that were released on Saturday for a reason. Now, we watched 2 toys get released this weekend for a reason, while the Star Wars line was just released last week, 2 weeks ago, before I ended up getting injured. So there is a reason why a lot of toys are going to be held back. And if they push, and if they hold, basically, a lot of toys are going to get held back really hard.
We watched on money too.
Right, like we watched the Marvel Legends. We watched all the Marvel Legends figures for Black Widow get released way too early. The second set is going to get delayed because of the movie. We watched the Wonder Woman action figures get released, and we all cried hell when we saw Cheetah. So, Cheetah? Yeah.
Well, I think personally, with them delaying that movie, they should be fixing her.
Right, they should be fixing some toys as well. They're not going to fix the toys; those are just sitting in a warehouse.
But they should be fixing the way she looks.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about. Look, they fix on. It took a year to fix Sonic the Hedgehog. They can easily sit there and do that. So, for anyone looking, that's the Ultimate Warrior. Comes with 2 extra sets of hands and the jacket. Still pretty dope, though. You know what? This would be awesome with the blue World Heavyweight title.
Mm-hmm.
This would be pretty cool. Next up, still we're on Mattel and WWE. Pretty much, they also have the Ultimate Edition of the Fiend. This one's pretty cool because his arms pop off and he has a second set of arms. So when you take his jacket off, he has no sleeves. So anyway, see when you get the jacket off, he looks like that. With the jacket on, kind of looks like that.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
Creepy looking mask and stuff like that, dude. That's creepy as hell.
I'm trying to remember. It's the same guy. So this is the same Hollywood horror artist who did his masks. He's also responsible for the second set and the third and the current set of Slipknot's masks. So,
I don't know that name.
Tommy or Tony. He was in Dusk Till Dawn. He was the one with the holster gun. That came out of his crotch. Yeah. That guy. Yeah, he's a makeup artist. He's a horror makeup artist.
Did a hell of a job with his mask.
I forget his name. I'm very sorry. He doesn't watch the show anyway, so it doesn't matter. So now you know who the makeup artist is. This is pretty cool though. If you're a big Fiend fan, if you like the character and everything, this will probably be the only time where they release him with his custom championship belt. So if you are a wrestling collector, this is probably something you want to grab because of the fact that it has a custom championship belt. And this will probably be the only time that they will release this belt unless WWE wants to drag it even more and make another version, but this is a more detailed version.
Yeah. I look at this and I think Insane Clown Posse, ICP, the way his mask is and stuff like that.
Please don't mention it.
I know.
Anyone who, it is what it is. No, the previous character came with a lantern, so he won't be coming with a lantern because they already released him as an elite with the lantern.
Oh, he had a lantern too? That was part of his gimmick?
Lantern. That was part of his gimmick. Yeah, he had a little lantern that had his face. So the face mask and everything was part of the lantern. So they kept the idea of the original character of Bray Wyatt. Mm-hmm. They made a more sinister version. So they went away from the hillbilly version of him, we'll say.
Okay.
And they kept the lantern, but the lantern now had a mask. This is pretty much a new version of Kane, but to be more sinister and more sickening.
Okay. All right.
But the next one I'm going to show you, the song's going to be playing in your head. You know what we're talking about, right?
Yep.
Which is either one of two versions. Which version are you going to play in your head? Yeah,
I still every time I hear him, I think of WWF style.
All right, we're looking at Mr. Hollywood Hogan, also part of the Wave 7. I say Series 7, doesn't matter. It's the Elite Edition, very similar to the Bray Wyatt figure that they're currently releasing. You get that. You also get the Tearaway shirt. Finally, you get some extra cloth.
All my Hulkamania fans.
No. The title belt is so. Do you own, real quick, Mike? Do you own the Fiend title belt? Like, do you own a title belt? By the way, if you haven't noticed, World Heavyweight title. But if you can't see on the side right here, that is the WCW, and I'm showing this very clearly. I just bought this a few days ago, so it's not a fake. It is a Figures Inc. WCW World Heavyweight title, Mike. So I'm a collector. Sorry. Anyway, as you're saying, Mike, Virgie.
Definitely a collector.
Definitely collector.
No, I was just, definitely a collector.
Oh, who?
I do dig this.
Definitely collecting this. You definitely. You know what? I kind of wish. You had like a really bad version of like a Rhode Island Comic Con shirt on. So if we ever did a panel, you're like, all right, I'm done for the day.
Just rip it off.
Like, all right, don't ask me anything about Comic Con question. Then it's the Friday, no after party whatsoever, and we get the late night. We get you late night guys.
Yep. Throw it into the crowd.
But you have to have like a different T-shirt on, or I guess you're having a bunch.
Yeah, no one wants to see this. No.
No. We're gonna have NWO shirts. We're gonna have some sort of version shirts on anyway. So this is the Hollywood Hogan Ultimate Elite Edition. Comes with the NWO World Heavyweight Title, aka the WCW World Heavyweight Title, aka Big Gold.
His guitar.
Yeah, his guitar. Pretty cool though. I do like the shirt having like the 4 slits in the back as if he had cut the shirt.
Yep.
Funny story. Found out years ago, Hulk Hogan had a hard time tearing off the shirts. That's why he always cut it to make it easier to tear off.
Yeah, the stitching around here is pretty difficult to
I've done it a few times. If you get you have to. I've noticed with these, you have to get a good grip.
Yeah.
You can actually be able to do it in one pull. But if you're not like paying attention to it and you don't have like that good grip, yeah, it is a pain in the butt.
Yep.
It truly is. And he had said like I would cut the shirts or take off the collar, and that's when it would start. Like it would start off without the collar.
Yeah. Because then you always see me always get that first one, and you have to go back for the bottom part to tear it off to get it fully off, because he always used to have to do like 2 pulls.
Yeah, 2 pulls and never made it all the way.
Nope.
How many times you watched Hogan tear off the shirt and at the very end going, I forgot the bottom seams.
Yeah. Crud. We get that.
All right, it just falls off like a dress. There's the Hollywood Hogan with the 24-inch pythons, still gunning them.
Pythons, brother. So always do that. Loved it.
Ultra Deluxe. I like these better than the Bandai editions that they came out a few years ago. The Japanese editions. It looks like these look to be a lot better detailed than what was released a few years ago by Bandai. See, you know what? Next week I'll compare the 2 figures if it'll help everyone. If someone don't know, go look up the Hollywood Hogan Bandai versions. There was a version of The Rock and a version of the Stone Cold Steve Austin. They were okay for what they were, but collectors are different. Everyone likes the Bandai editions. If you're a big Power Ranger fan, you like the details on them. These, to me, weren't up to par. Still like what Mattel is doing these days with their action figures. Still raising the bar when it comes to their figures, which I'm happy about. And you also get an extra head. Look, Hogan, no hair, no bandana.
No bandana. But I do like how they have the pose, like the way he used to do the poses and stuff like that. They got that. Yeah, that's awesome. That's classic Hogan.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but then he would stop doing one of these too. Then he stopped that till he went back to WWE. So.
Yep. So I used to tune in every once in a while to watch some WCW because of him. If I was flipping through the channels, I would flip through and see if I saw him. All right, I'm stopping to watch it because it was Hogan. It was Hulk Hogan.
Well, that's what I meant. Well, that's what I think with Mike and everything. If he thinks AEW is bad, he probably treats it like it is for WCW. It's good. It's okay for what it is. It's not amazingly great. Yeah. I mean, I could literally go for another. As I said, I could go for another 2 hours talk about wrestling as well too, only for what I know and what I've watched. I don't watch a lot, but I do watch enough. Anyway, if you're buying the Ultimate Edition set, Hogan comes with 2 sets of heads, extra set of hands. The bandana on the head, the shirt, the feather boa, and the 2 belts, and his sunglasses.
I love the sunglasses. How small those things are. You're losing those. You better
tape
those things to his head or something.
You're smart. You put them in a Ziploc bag, and the accessories sit in the other Ziploc bag.
Right.
And you never hand this to a person under the age of 15 years old because they lose it all.
They open it. Where's the glasses?
Right.
I don't know. They left. They're gone.
You remember when you were a kid, like your mom would be like, "Don't open this till we get home. Don't open this till we get home."
And you're in the car.
You're in the car, especially a day like this where it's pitch black at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. You get in the car, you open up the Star Wars, and what happens? The lightsaber falls somewhere that you don't know where it is. It's the crevice of the car.
It's on the floor underneath the mat. It falls between the car seat. Yeah, dude. It's always was
going mad. It, you're trying to make your parents to go back to the store to buy another one. Yeah, no, not happening.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck. Anyway, more on some WWE stuff. Just last week, let me just turn this off so I can get to the thing. just last week, WWE just released another Signature Series Championship belt. Now it's currently online right now. And also WWE also has a 25% off, 25-30% off on their website. So if you go to WWEshop.com or whatever the hell the website is, they now have a new championship belt set, and it is literally the Undertaker, which I think is pretty cool.
Yep.
Not amazingly great in my opinion, but this is pretty cool for what it is. The price tag on it is well over, I think, over $1,000 to $1,200. So if you are a collector, good luck to you. Yeah.
They come with
The
the title
price-
match against them.
Well, if you
Man.
look at the belt, it also comes with a case. The case that you see in front of you is it is a coffin case, and I'll get to those details in just a little bit. You get the Ultimate Detail Championship belt with an Undertaker leather-ish strap, sort of, with the case, and it is numbered, I think, numbered to 100 or whatever. So there's only a few of these that are going to be available, and once these are gone, they probably will do another version. Now, the reason why I'm not a big fan of this is because this has a silver plate. If anyone knows about the Winged Eagle, it is a gold plate. I wish I had my Winged Eagle here. It's supposed to come in this color. It is not in this color. And if we remember, when he first won his title against Hulk Hogan, it was this color. It'll be interesting to see how they're going to package this one, and how they're going to do the big gold version as well too, and the Attitude Era title belt and the Undisputed title, all those titles that he's also won. Still would have been cool if he won the current title. This is what the belt looks like. Highly detailed, pretty cool. Has the Undertaker cross logo on the very top.
Oh yeah.
You still have the old school WWE WWF version of the Winged Eagle with a little bit extra detail. Now, if no one ever caught it, this is a little extra detailed from what it originally was. So this is more widened from what it is.
Yeah.
This is from here to here. The title belt has been widened. This is normally a nice little round circle. This isn't a round circle anymore. Still have the brass plates that are supposed to be on the side here, and this is also a 4 millimeter, 4 millimeter, sort of 4 centimeter. I forget. This is a thick plate, thicker than normal than what they normally have. So this is probably a thick belt series. This is what the back of the title belt looks like. Got the purple TC logo. Also has the title belt authenticity having in the back. It has the metal Undertaker metal tips as well. We'll get to the sides. Still a pretty cool title. If the price tag wasn't so high and I had the space for it, I would collect some of these signature belts.
I love the urns on the sides.
30 years of Undertaker. They also have the Rest in Peace on the side. On the gold, it's normally supposed to be a gold tip, so this would be a silver tip. So I have a strange feeling that they're going to release a gold version of this, because I think the gold will hit better than the silver. Don't you think?
It definitely would. Yeah, a lot more people probably would buy that in a heartbeat too.
Like, right, the gold version.
Yep.
But this is still cool though.
All gold. Oh, this is fantastic. It's beautiful. But I mean, yes, it's a great thing, but the price point puts it way, way out of my reach.
Hey, a lot of good. Normally, the other ones come for about $800. So the fact that this comes with its own carrying case, only 100 of these will be available. So you get the 1 out of 100. Still a good grab.
This would be nice if you could take to a show and have him sign it too.
Yeah, but when are you going to see him at a wrestling show? Unless you pay the extra.
Unless you go to WrestleMania.
Unless you get probably, yeah, probably. But his line's going to be out the door just for Taker alone.
Yeah, you probably have to do a VIP thing or a special meet and greet or something like that and pay good money for it.
It's called WWE Access. You have to go to WWE Access, and if you find out Taker is there, you're standing on the line for Taker.
Yep.
So what's interesting is this is the case that it comes in. So when you get the title, it comes in a carrying case its own. Normally, what it comes in is a little baggie. But I have it on me. Wait, I do. Aha! Normally, what it comes in is in a little scracky bag like this. Notice I have the F belt. It's because I have an F belt.
Yep.
This was Actually, this was, I think, where my big gold was held in. So it was held in this. It normally comes in a bag. Normally, you get your title belts. It comes in a bag. I don't know when the last time they came with. I haven't bought a title belt in quite a while, and my WCW title didn't come with one either. But
Yeah,
normally comes in a carrying bag. So the
that's kind
fact
of
that
cool.
that it comes in a bag.
Yeah, it's kind of cool that it has its own carrying bag and it comes with it. That's actually pretty neat.
I know, because you don't want scratches on the championship belt, bro. Because these are paying the butt to like get the scratch. These scratch easily. So the big golds. I love gold.
You do like gold.
I love gold. And we'll take a look at it again. So that's the title belt for all you crazy cats and kittens out there. Choose your pricing wisely, and may the hunt be in your favor when it comes to getting what you want. I mean, as I said before, you probably wouldn't get it. I might get it if I had the price for it.
Nah, not me.
No,
Too pricey. Too pricey. Way out of my
pricey.
range. Yeah, way too
All
pricey.
right. Were you a Flair fan or a Hogan fan?
Oh, definitely more Hulk Hogan.
All right.
Back in the day.
So if they release the WWE version of the Winged Eagle with the Hogan colors, which is basically re-releasing the yellow strap with a little bit of red on it, which will probably be partially Ultimate Warrior as well too.
That's
Would
one of those.
you get it?
I don't
Like
know.
like you're feeding for it and everything.
Yeah, you know that's a toughie to say no to because it is Hogan.
No, you would consider. You would.
I would seriously consider it.
You would consider it.
It's Hulk Hogan.
So I remember as a kid growing up, I had the workout set came with the VHS. I don't know if it came with the VHS tape, but it came with the push thing and it came with the headband and the jump ropes. I had that set.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, actually, it's gonna go. Scott, it's gonna go way over that, but it's available. There's over 100 of those title belts. So if you're a fan of Undertaker and this is the first championship belt that they're releasing, get it. Because I don't know what they're gonna do when they release a gold version of the Winged Eagle, I would say the Golden Age belt, whatever. How would you I don't know how to explain it. Either the first title Undertaker won. So they released a silver version of it. We don't know if they're going to release a gold version of it. We don't know how it's going to look when they release a big gold version. And we don't know how it's going to look like when they release the Attitude belts. Now, I would say if the price changes later, what kind of package they're thinking of. But if it is, I don't see them releasing an Undertaker title belt like that or commemorative anytime soon. It'll probably take another between 5 to 10 years. They'll probably go through the other superstars. But if you're a huge fan of Undertaker, I wouldn't hesitate. I would not hesitate on some of these commemorative belts. We've seen the New Day title come, and we've seen the New Day tag title only be available on WWEshop.com when it was available for the general public for just a few weeks. We have seen a version of the Ric Flair belt. We have seen a version of the Eddie Guerrero belt. I don't know if it's still available. They did release a version of Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart with the same Winged Eagle belt. And if you get it. This will be the first time when it comes in a coffin case. So this comes with a crazy deal. It's not the same. I don't think this is the same size as an instrument one because it looks like you can hold it. It looks like it could just be held. I'm using a title belt as an example. It looks like it could go flat and go flat down. So it looks like it could just be held like this into a case. So I don't think a instrument. You could make your own custom case, or what some people do is they will get a what some people do is they will use the money in the bank's title briefcases, even though they're plastic, or they'll go old school, find the old metal ones at the old pawn shops or whatever. Remember the old metal briefcases and stuff? They'll get those, paint those up, and put the title belts in there as well too, which we've seen all the time with some of the WWE managers using the metal briefcase. But to each their own. You could probably do the same exact thing too, but for the price tag, it comes with that case. So,
that case is insane, man. That thing is an actual coffin. It's just like, Scott was saying, like people have done that with musical instruments like guitars and basses. That's the case alone is worth it if you're a Taker fan. And they've done that with some of the video games in the releases in the past, where they've done it where it's like a little mini coffin and it's got like a CD thing for the video game. That was, I think, the WWE 2K19 collector's edition. I think it was a Taker edition. I think it was beautiful. Like, it was really nice.
Didn't it come with an urn, something like that? And then
I think it was an urn.
I remember it was SmackDown versus Raw. They had the Shawn Michaels and Triple H action figures that were released with them. So if you got the exclusive, you got the figures of DX. But I think now they just, unless you're like a big Batman fan. I remember getting the Batman one, which came with a case. It came with a Batarang, which was pretty cool. As Michael leaves me for his neighbor.
Sorry.
Does he not know? Kick his ass.
We're discussing car movements in the morning, right? Calm down.
Car movements? You couldn't wait 20 more minutes? Anyway, look, at the end of the day, guys, you're finding the pieces that work best for you. When it comes to toys, when it comes to certain accessories, when it comes to any action figure, you're getting what works for you. Whether it is Marvel, I have mostly Marvel stuff, Marvel or video games. I'm using my side of the box because something fell on it and the tape is off. So what happens when you have a storage unit? So when you have a cool collection, what is more worth it to you?
What is it? Some people.
Oh, that's because it was next to me. I was setting an example. Oh. You have certain collections. Well, so this is the problem with having a storage unit. Something fell in my storage unit and it destroyed the box. And instead, it opened the box by itself.
Yeah, but who is it? Who is it? Kratos?
Kratos. OG Kratos.
God of War 3. Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I haven't opened it yet either. So it's literally still in the box, kind of.
Oh, that's sweet.
The sweet mulligan of it all.
Oh, that's nice. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. I love it.
I also have the other one too, the new God of War one too. So, but anyway, as I was saying before, I was saying before, every collector is different. I mean, look, I love the old school championship belts. I'm not spending the money on the 4mm belts that are coming out. To me, it's a complete waste of money, waste of collection. Because one, I just hunted for this WCW title. Unless WWE decides to re-release the WCW belts, which they're not going to anytime soon, and the only WCW title that they are going to release is their version of Big Gold, that's about it. They're not releasing anything else. They're not releasing WCW. They're not releasing ECW. So if you get it now, get it now. Don't wait for it because they might not do another version for you.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to listen to you and like, I want WCW. Unless Sting comes out of retirement again and gets a new contract and he says, I want a version, then maybe, yeah. And guess what? They're still not going to release the basic version. They're going to release this bad boy with a black and white stripe belt saying Sting on it with a scorpion on it.
Mm.
Or if they really wanted to and were smart and did something with Black History, they would have done a Ron Simmons belt version of it. Of him being the first African American wearing that title belt that was at the time unified with NWA. So there is a whole lot of stuff that WWE could do that is not meant for you. That could be meant for you, but can't be meant for you. So while everyone complains about the price tag, yeah, I bought this from a collector, and what sucks is he couldn't afford to keep it anymore because he had bills to pay. And that's what sucks. Yeah. We're at a pandemic where we have our own current bills to pay.
Oh yeah.
And if everyone's watching the news lately, sooner or later something positive could be happening. As I say, could be happening. But we also have to look at the downside of it is our positive moves might not be happening until the summer. So we're going to be looking at next 6 months of, in a way, chaos in a way. Everyone can be happy, but in a way, it is the next 6 months of people still not having a job, still getting sick, still losing their homes and their apartments. So, this is probably the worst time WWE could release a product that's over $1,000. but I wouldn't hesitate unless you're going 50-50 on someone to throw in money for you. Sure, do it.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
don't know if anybody's doing that right now.
I'm being totally honest with stuff like I'm not spending. I paid retail for the belt. I paid $300 for the belt. I probably shouldn't have, but guess what? This is a really hard belt to find, and my resale on it is a lot higher than what it is.
Hmm.
This one you can just go buy it at www.shop.com. So I'm not reselling this anytime soon. And I do have the WCW version of this bad boy as well. I also have the belts. These aren't leaving anywhere anytime soon because why? You're not giving me the price I want.
Oh no, not at all. You're not getting that at all.
But maybe for this one, I don't know. Maybe you guys could throw me a bone for this.
We may be talking about that one later.
It may be open box, but not really open box. But I still didn't finish what I wanted to do, which is Kratos versus Kratos, which is Greek versus Viking lore.
Is that a Best Buy thing, open box? Because the yellow clearance sticker on it.
Funny sticker on it, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get it funny. That is the Sony sticker. $10 for it. No, no, Jay. The same way how I feel about these getting re-released. You know, I love them, but I don't love them. You know, but here's what's awesome about them: is the fact that they're more articulated than they were before. My childhood got reborn, and I love it.
I love that I have all of them. I have all of them, and they're all unpunched.
I know.
Yes.
Excellent. I had a chance. I actually had a chance over the weekend to buy a He-Man and a Skeletor unpunched for $12 each.
I would have done that and then opened those up, knowing you.
I would have
read the comics and then read the comics.
No, I do want to open this. I actually do want to open this. I do want to open this and look at everyone's face going, which I will. Ladies and gentlemen, Build-A-Figure. I don't know if I'm going to do some Mondays or Tuesdays again. So one of the Build-A-Figure days, one of you guys could tell me what's the best day. Maybe I'll do it on Thursdays. But Build-A-Figures will be coming back very shortly, only because I do have Venompool in hand. I know some of you guys have Venompool as well too. A lot of you guys that are currently watching will not open the boxes. I understand. Look at you with the Miles Morales. Got
a few.
Yeah, I got a few. Yeah, I got a couple of those few twos. What else do I have? I do have a few more extra sets as well too. I did have an unboxing showing you guys not too long ago. I do have a lot of sets. I will be putting up I guess how do I say it? I guess a vote. You guys can vote what I'm gonna do next for the Build-A-Figure sets, and we'll set that up. I'll do the Build-A-Figures. I'll build them back the way they were. There would be a live Instagram and Facebook only. You guys were nice enough to be part of those as well too. But you do know, you love those too. You used to come home from work and you're like, dude, this is the best entertainment I got all day.
Yeah, dude, it was awesome. For a good hour or so, you building those figures, talking, shooting the shit. It was great. Yeah, it was great.
It was good, and I cheated. I used the back of the art. I literally used the backs and just have them in front of me just to tell all the details. I'm sorry, that's my cheat sheet for you guys. Because sometimes I look at the figure like, what character was this? Like, I didn't know there was a wrestling version of Spider-Man, but the wrestling version of Spider-Man was him without powers, but he was a professional wrestler.
Yep.
Which I thought that was pretty cool.
Universes, yeah.
And I do have a art piece of that coming out very soon. So anyway, all right, back to the toys and anything. Finally, right? Last but not least, guys, we're going to get you onto the Funkos. And what I'm about to tell you is not really spoilers ahead. Everything coming out will be coming out between very shortly up until January of next year. So go to your local GameStops, go to those websites, go wherever you get your pre-orders and order your favorite Funko Pops. Because what I'm about to show you will be available for ordering, pre-order now until January, and one of them is a re-release. So whenever I tell people, get your Funkos, you're either keeping them for keepsake or you're selling them. Now you know that a figure that was just released almost 10 years ago is now getting re-released, and this is what the crazier part is, and only because of a passing. You'll figure out right about now. right now we're gonna start with some PIA exclusives.
Yep.
This is the Red Hood Funko. Huh?
I said pop in a box.
Pop in a box. Pop in a box. Pop in a box.
Look. Calm down there, Chili.
Call you T-Boss?
I think I'm left eye.
Left eye?
Crazy.
No, crazy on Tuesdays, and today's Tuesday.
Exactly.
So
we haven't had this in a while.
We haven't had this. It's been 3. You guys missed the show for 3 solid weeks. I'm very sorry. We're back in color, in living color.
Those are pops I need to make.
Oh my God!
Give me Fire Marshal Bill.
No, give me Homie the Clown. Just give me Homie the Clown.
I need Homie the Clown. I need Fire Marshal Bill, and I need the one that Jim Carrey always did. That was the bodybuilder.
Oh yes.
God, that would be the best ones. Love it. And then I need the guys that in Z Formation, the gays on TV, or what is it that they did?
I want forget it was a Funko. I want these as action figures. I want Jim Carrey's Vanilla Ice.
Oh God, yes.
I want Jim Carrey's Vanilla Ice.
And then the back of the jacket, my grandmother gave me this dumb jacket.
That's what I want.
Yep. They did some good songs too, like variations and like the way they did them. They were really good. I liked it. Cool. But back to Red Hood here. Really cool.
Back to Red Hood. I mean, currently available for pre-order are on Pop in the Box's website, which will probably be not on Pop in the Box's website, probably your local stores as well too. Mm-hmm. I actually say this because it's true.
Yeah, it's true.
It's so true. There's the box. There's the sticker because you like chasing stickers. You guys, I feel like I should just make my own sticker and just place it on a Funko Pop and be like, all right, it's an exclusive.
Yeah. Exclusive to Hash's table at RICC.
Yeah. I'm gonna make
RICC soda.
I'm gonna make 100 of them. I'm gonna make 100 Funko Pops, and me and you exclusively for Run on Comic Con, and they're only gonna be available. Guess where? At Artist Club Alley. That's right, at Artist Club Alley, where all 4 tables will carry the.
One of each.
One of each. And here's the best part: you have to chase Michael the Scientist.
Oh my God, that'd be hilarious! People chasing me down. Dude,
I can see you in the dunk. I can see you in the dunk at a lister table, and someone comes up to say, "Oh, dude, I just got your Funko Pop. Can you sign it?"
Yep. And then the celeb would be like, "I'm sorry, who are you again?" No one. No one.
No one. Just some YouTube guy. Like music stuff as well too. That's the part of the Funko. Funko Pops, we'll say. This is the Deadmau5 figure.
I know it's Deadmau5, but I always say Deadmau5 because there's no SE at the end. There's no SE. Has he ever been actually where we know what he looks like in real life, or do we even not know who the hell the guy is?
No. Everyone knows what it looks like without it.
Oh, really? I never looked him up or anything. I didn't even know.
Yeah, no. He did a thing for. Oh my God, what was the online course that they were selling with like celebrities and A-list people or business people? I'm trying to think.
Yeah. I remember that. It was like a Visa thing or something. You can sign up and you can do like an hour master's class or something, right?
Masterclass. Thank you. It was called a masterclass.
Yep.
It went beyond for what actually it was for MasterCard, and you can meet your favorite celebrity and go talk about people. And instead, they created something called the Masterclass, which started last year into this year. Deadmau5 is one of them to teach you how to create your own music.
Okay.
And people forget, was it him or I keep forgetting it was him or was it someone else that they were responsible for one of the Justin Timberlake Justin Bieber albums. There was clearly no music, just Bieber singing the whole entire time, and they turned his vocals into beats.
And so you could pay money to have somebody teach you a class, and now it's called TikTok.
And what had happened was because of him, I forget who. I think it's him and Skrillex. They got Justin Bieber they got him a Grammy. They all won Grammys that year for that album. So
that's good.
maybe something to learn from. I actually learned. I did masterclass for a few stuff. So
Nice.
anyway, back to the show. We get the Evel Knievel. This is the ride one. So if you get the Funko rides, this will be the Evel Knievel on the bike. This is just the front view. Sorry guys, we don't have the side view.
So the cool thing about this, you have the Evel Knievel. Do you remember Danger Dave, which was like the knockoff of Evel Knievel? He always crash landed and like
sort of, yeah.
Yeah, they should do that one. Danger Dave, but he's in a cast as like the one that's the chase variant.
But it reminds me of Dave Coulier. When I think of Dave,
yes.
When I think of like Danger Dave, I think of Dave Coulier, and I don't know why. Was it because of that TV show? What Would You Do?
Yeah, I think so. Something like that.
I remember the beaver.
Cool. I like the Evel
Knievel
thing.
The rabbit with the antlers. That's what they should. That should be a Funko. The rabbit with the antlers.
Fast as fast can be. You'll never catch me. That's what he used to do.
The Evel Knievel with the cape, and for your chases, regular Funk. Yeah, buddy. You also have the chase with him with the helmet on. So happy hunting for all you Evel Knievel fans.
That's awesome.
We also have some Fortnite figures for you guys, for anyone who is still collecting Fortnite Funkos. We have Scratch.
See, the only thing cool about this is I almost feel like this is like a blank. Like you could design this if you wanted to. Like
this reminds me of, this could go with, remember ODST, Halo? Yeah. This could go with Doom.
Oh yeah.
This could go with Doom, Destiny. So this figure, even though it's Fortnite and you say it's a blank, yeah, you could shape it into almost any character you want, or any design, especially on this front plate, and any colors.
Design, yeah, you could definitely do something like this. A Doom character, you got that Diablo. You can go anything with these. Mass Effect. You name a video game, you could turn this into some type of a character from that game and customize it. Cost you like what, $13 for the pop, and you can customize, paint it yourself. It's already all white, so
I have those. I have the boy and the girl, the blanks. So hello, let's get some toys done, guys. Anyway, we also have the scientist, also another one that could easily be put into every other video game that we just mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
But this could be one of the Knights of Ren.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. You can make this.
Looks like this looks like one of the characters of that could have been a Knights of Ren.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'm not a Fortnite guy, so this is for you Fortnite guys. This is AKA their version of Ghost Rider.
Mm-hmm. The Eternal Voyager. Cool names. I dig the color. This should definitely be a glow in the dark. If it does not, they've missed a golden opportunity for
glowing in the dark.
Yeah, because look at that. That would be totally badass. Glow in the dark.
I like this one though. Kind of interesting. The buff
meow
kitty,
skills.
which meow skills.
Yeah, he's got meow skills.
I mean, I'm waiting for someone to cosplay this guy, girl version, or whatever. This is a furry right now. This is a furry. I'm not gonna lie, guys. This is legitly a furry.
God, it's a brony wannabe.
This is
Midas.
This is what the heck's his name? Oh my god, from the 7. Oh god, Commander, whatever the hell his name is.
From the 7.
The 7, the leader of the 7. That's what it looks like.
Oh, Homelander.
Thank you, Homelander. Why am I blanking Homelander? This looks like Homelander. If you're not paying attention, it does look like Homelander a bit, no?
No, I can see that. I can definitely see that. Yeah.
What else do we got? We also have Tina.
Boom. Kaboom.
Kaboom. But the next figure we're about to show you guys is what I've been talking about. This is a complete re-release. And the reason why I'm thinking they are re-releasing this is because not too long ago, the cat formerly known as Grumpy Cat has passed away. I believe the cat passed away last year.
Yes.
And this is now currently available back for pre-order. So if you missed Grumpy Cat back then and you want Grumpy Cat now, do not hesitate on getting one of the versions of Grumpy Cat.
Mm-hmm.
I say one of the versions. I think they did like 2 or 3 versions of this cat.
See, I don't remember, honestly, to tell you the truth, because I didn't like if this was done back in the day, I wasn't like a huge fan, but I do know they did have 2 separate pop versions of this one. I think the first one he had a different color of like his fur on his face and stuff like that. It was more of like a I think it was like more of a all brown, and I think his ears were higher up on top here versus this one has them more to the sides. So I do know there was a different version of it. I don't know if it was an official Funko Pop, but I do remember seeing a pop of this that was that version. I think this one here is going to be maybe a Target exclusive, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Hey, may the hunt be in your favor. We know who's getting this one first, but we know who's the first on this list. You know. Yeah, but you were discussing before too. You're also upset if they missed out on retouching this up by giving him glow in the dark eyes. That would be pretty cool.
Seriously, glow in the dark eyes on this one, Grumpy Cat. You turn your light off, and then you go in the room, and did you see these 2 eyeballs staring at you from across the room? It even did like do the 2 eyeballs and then do his mouth and make the mouth glow, and it's just totally,
totally like disappointment in the dark. Total disappointment in the dark.
Yeah, I'm disappointed in your choice of pajamas to bed today.
I'm disappointed in you wearing shorts instead of pants like you normally do today.
Yep.
Anyway, not too long ago we saw the release of the Black Sabbath album. Not too long ago we also the Biggie as well too. Funko Icon albums or Funko albums is now releasing the Hybrid Theory. To me, this is pretty fast, and it's very touching that they've jumped on this bandwagon compared to getting to other albums. Yeah. I'm shocked that this is actually like number 4 on their list. I'm happy that this is out, and just as you were saying before, just the box art alone is like worth just having. Like, there's no reason to take this. There's no reason to take him out of the box.
No.
There's no reason. If they want to release him as a regular figure, release as a regular figure out of this color, maybe colored and whatnot. But this alone is art on its own.
Oh yeah, and this is if anybody's bought the one, like I have the Notorious B.I.G. the Ready to Die first one that they did, and this plastic here it's actually like a hardcore plastic sleeve, like you would actually put your pop into, like encapsulate it to keep it protected. So the cardboard is on the outside, the pop is actually in the inside. Let me see if I can show you a little bit better.
You reach with your headphones still in there?
Yeah, I did. I was able to.
You were able to. Did it pull a bit?
So you can see that it's clear plastic, on it, and you can literally take it out in a way, but not remove it, and it's plastic sleeved inside.
Cool. Look at the display, like a display.
Yeah. So there's nothing on the back or anything like that, but it's actually really well done for a pop album. I would have liked this if they actually did come with like an album or something or whatever.
Oh, like a 35? Oh, that'd be awesome.
And then this is the box that it comes in. So you have like a plastic sleeve that is already encapsulated in. So it like feels like you bought like a hard protected pop protector to put it in.
See, that's an easy sell too. If anyone has, or if they made 35s, especially if they made 30, if like they don't make 35s anymore, they go with the full-fledged large vinyls.
Yeah,
I'd be okay if it came with a 35 in there.
It'd be something kind of neat. And I mean, I think it's like $15.
Yeah,
it's not
totally
that bad for $15. It's actually pretty decent. I like all of these. They're nice, stackable, the hard plastic, so you can put them up on display. They're not going to get damaged or ruined. I think that's really cool. Like, it's definitely a neat thing. I ordered this one. I can't wait for this one. I'm a huge Linkin Park fan, so this to me is going to be a must-have.
Yeah, I'm going to get it too, actually. I'm not a Funko fan, but I'm going to get it. Anyway, also some nice fun exclusive if you're a big fan of your favorite comic book stores. Your favorite comic book stores will be carrying the King Deadpool. Yes, this is your Deadpool on a throne with an octopus thing. I don't know what to call it. With a monster, tentacled monster.
Yeah, Cthulhu type deal or something. I don't know.
Pretty cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
I like he's got the little eyeball just sitting there, like, it looks like it's coming out of a mouth or something. with the teeth and stuff.
Yeah, but the next one kind of caught me off guard a bit. All right, the next figure really caught me off guard, and that is Punisher Thanos. Now, if no one knows this comes straight out of the What If series of Marvel. So this is a What If series if Thanos was a Punisher, but this also can go another direction of it being a Skrull. So people forget that the chin and everything. This is why Marvel failed in trying to I don't know why they added the Skrull look, and it's probably because of later down the line, Thanos is a member of them, or I don't know how to explain it, but the lineage of it. So that face, they could have done something a little bit better, right?
Yep.
He's a Bolchinian.
Nice touch to Men in Black. I love it.
I mean, look, it's cool and all. It's part of the What If series. What if Thanos was Punisher? It'd still be cool if the right hand had the gauntlets.
Yeah, right. That'd be nice.
You know, and let's hypothetically think about this. What stone do you think Punisher would have?
Oh, he definitely has the Power Stone.
Power Stone?
I say he has to have the Power Stone. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. I don't see him having the, Reality Stone.
Yeah, I don't see him in space. I don't see him. Maybe Soul Stone.
Oh, yeah.
Because in a way, if it's not him, I see him and Ghost Rider are the only two people that I can see carrying the Soul Stone.
I can see Ghost Rider definitely. I'd love to see.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say I'd love to see a crossover with Mortal Kombat, Shang Tsung, and he's got the Soul Stone. Tell me that wouldn't be awesome.
Well, think about this one. Ghost Rider sends the bad guys back to hell. The Soul Stone could be one where they're like the in-betweeners, where it's like, all right, I'm just gonna take your soul and put it somewhere else that shouldn't be in hell, kind of thing. And you have Shang Tsung, who is the collector of all souls.
True. Yeah.
So how would that fit in a fight? The collector of all souls, the collector of a few souls.
Interesting.
Ooh. That never happened though. Unless there's another government contract saying Marvel vs. DC again. And we all know Mortal Kombat is part of the Warner Brothers DC family. So, oh, you didn't know that? Okay, sure. Anyway, another Funko Pop exclusive. This is the I Am Iron Man, I Love You 3000, the final snap.
Man,
which is pretty cool though. There is a chase version of this one. There is a glow in the dark, baby.
I love that glow in the dark look. That is so nice. Just to see that and all of that with down. Oh man, perfect. And the heart. I love how it has that heart look to it. The chest plate.
Oh yeah, the chest plate has the heart look. Yeah.
Yep.
We didn't notice that till the very end though, because when he had the chest plate, it just looked like a regular diamond. As Iron Man, it turned into a heart, and no one ever realized it, and I never realized it till right now that it's a heart.
Yep. And Iron Man has a heart.
Iron Man has a heart. He cared for Spider-Man and he cared for his daughter. Anyway, also new to the Funko line, it is more music, and it is Run DMC, ladies and gentlemen. They're starting off with DMC. I know you're definitely getting these.
Oh, definitely. I'm a huge hip hop fan, so to get, Jam Master Jay, Run, and Reverend MC, you got come on, Reverend Run, sorry, and then DMC, you got to get these.
So first off, you'll never see Reverend Run at a Comic-Con unless DMC is jacked in it somewhere, shape, or form, and I don't know, there has to be some crazy ass donation, but DMC is at almost at every single Comic-Con, unless it's charging you $10, $20 for an appearance fee, which whatever. But you can see DMC at the next New York Comic-Con, next San Diego Comic-Con. So get your Funkos, guys. This will be the only time where you get something else signed that isn't the album or his comic book.
I've actually met the man. He is awesome. I was geeking out when I met him at, I think, Denver Comic-Con a couple of years ago.
Oh, rubbed me the wrong way.
No, it wasn't Denver. It was Awesome Con in Washington. I met him a few years ago.
Yeah, he rubbed me the wrong way twice. I'm
No,
good.
I'm sorry. See, I looked at it as a hip hop guy, so to me it was like I was meeting Run DMC, like that was kind of cool.
No, deuces on the DMC, dude. Deuces.
Okay,
Sorry.
that's okay.
I'm cool. But do you know what I'll be chasing for? Don't go chasing waterfalls. Yep.
I actually
The
listened to
reason
this song
why
the other day.
the reason why I say chase is because not only will the regular figure be out, but you'll also have the waterfall version, which I think it's really, really cool.
And these are going to be like these are probably going to be the more hard to come by ones, and they're going to be the most popular ones. People are going to go crazy for these.
Well, here's the thing, okay? Compared to the regular Run DMC ones, these are iconic only because of this is the music video, and remembers it that won them their first and only
Yep.
Grammy.
Yep.
So that's what's iconic about it is the fact that this is the Grammy award-winning figures.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if you're a TLC fan, if you can't stop singing it, or if you watch The Millers and you hear that kid singing Waterfalls as well too in the movie,
That was great. I love that.
actually raps the line word for word pretty good. So
yeah,
I mean, you had Chili, you got Left
Eye,
Eye, and you also got T-Boz.
Yeah, and Left Eye is, obviously no longer with us because she passed away. But also that girl be crazy as she burned down Andre Rison's home way back in the day because he cheated on her.
Yes.
She didn't chase no waterfall.
So granted, we're a little over our time, and only for true reasons. Okay, from here on in, we're going to talk about the exclusivity, we'll say, and how strange toys are going to be released with current projects that are going to be on TV, and when it comes to movie lines. Now, just about 3 weeks ago, the new Mandalorian pop figures were released, but then we come to realize that two of them, or maybe several of them, were held back, and they were held back for a purpose. The Mandalorian was pushed back or pushed forward, we'll say, however you want to say it, because of current COVID cases. This is going to be the fact for all movies and TV shows down the line, and this is probably going to be a giant spoiler alert, and we'll talk about this on Sunday when it comes to the Spider-Man line, because we now know a lot more than we know about Spider-Man, but the toys are going to reveal more.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever is a toy company is going to be the one that's going to spoil it for all of us.
Yeah.
Now it's difficult that these toys are now, most of them are going to be held back up until the beginning or 1 or 2 days of the showing of something. And that's the way it's got to be. We're either going to be spoiled by the toys, or we're going to be spoiled by day 2 of a release. And this is why I say spoiled by day 2. These two toys, actually, these two that we're about to show was released on a Saturday after the next chapters were released. So we got the Thursday, Friday of the new Mandalorians episode of chapter 9. Was it chapter 8 and 9?
No, 9 and 10.
And so chapter 9 on Saturday, one of the Funko Pops was released. This Saturday or past Saturday, another Funko Pop was released. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, these are the two toys that were released on Saturday. And this is the Mandalorian, this is the child with the canister. If they put this pop out before the episodes, we will have more than what we had for the toys. This is why this toy was pushed back for the weekend release and not weeks ago with the regular figures. Pretty cool.
And I think it's fantastic because I think if they had released this ahead of this last episode, it would have gave away a key plot of the toy or anything. And it could have been like released ahead of time, but maybe it was sitting in some of the toy stores or some of the places and they waited to release it. They're probably contracts because we never saw no images of these. Like no one saw images of these ahead of time. Like I never did.
So this is the first time where images are not released as they're supposed to. And this may be happening for all toys. Some of them may be released beforehand. Some of them may be released maybe an episode or maybe that Saturday. So let's say the movie gets released on Friday these weekends now. That Saturday will now be probably toy release. So this is going to be a new get ready, guys. This will be a new thing.
I think
We'll get the regular figures.
I think they might do it a week ahead of time to try to catch up on sales and get the hype up for it, because if the toys come out a little bit ahead of time, the hype might build into the movies. We're not talking like 2 months before the movie, but I think maybe the week of, like the premiere of that.
But this is
week.
The Child. I mean, you released The Child. We're sold on it completely.
Disney is going to hold back, I think, on some of this stuff because they don't want to release some stuff and maybe speculation and people doing things. I can see them doing this with some of the Marvel action figures and or pop figures coming up for the movies that they'll be doing or TV shows, because damn well they've got something to do with the Winter Soldier and Captain America and Winter Soldier. We haven't seen anything. Sorry, Falcon, Winter Soldier. We haven't seen any pops. Nothing yet. They've got to have something for the toy line. Yes, they just released some of the WandaVisions.
Well, the 2-packs were re-released. So Wanda and Vision were re-released, and then so was Falcon and Winter Soldier. They were re-released on those 2-packs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you're right. We still haven't seen the other figures. We haven't seen what Marvel Legends has up in hand. And right now, we should have had WandaVision, which will be happening. We'll get it very shortly. But we should have had
December.
Yeah, we probably should have had. So wait till December, where we will see WandaVision figures by Hasbro coming out very shortly, especially in December. And Winter Soldier, granted, we just got the Shield, the new version of the Shield, which is made for Falcon, but are they going to re-release the Captain America Shield for their new agents?
Yeah, that'd be nice. But I do dig this one. I thought this was a funny episode, and the part that he did it, like, absolutely hilarious. Like, he was just sitting there like, the last scene of the last episode where he's sitting there and he kind of looks back, she hugs it, and just swallows the last one. I died. I was like, this is the best thing. I laughed. I literally laughed out loud. Like, I loved it.
Why do I feel like he just eats all of them except for one?
He wipes out a race.
Except for one. I don't know. And then another figure also that was delayed as well too, which is the Mandalorian on the Banthea. The Mandalorian on the Banthea. And the reason why also, because this is episode 9. This wasn't released for the rest of this wasn't released as well too. So this also was released later down. This was later released, especially the day the episodes happen. So watch more and more of these figures get delayed on purpose.
And you look at this and you kind of figured that this would have to definitely play something where they were on a planet where he couldn't use technology, a speeder or something like that, and he had to do this. And you look at the way Baby Yoda's got the satchel kind of thing, like the sack on it, then the bantha and stuff like that. So this would have definitely been, I think, a dead giveaway to that episode, or something in that episode that we would have been like, the internet would have been a buzz for.
Because if we didn't see it in the trailers, we'd see it in toys. That's basically what it is. If we don't see it in the trailers and we see it in the toys, then everyone puts pieces together on where is where. What's interesting is that probably a new Funko Pop would be released per episode.
Which would be a nice way for Disney to stretch out their marketing and their toy lines and the hype for that going into the holidays. Imagine going into the last week of the series, like episode 16. That's like what? Right now, that would be what, second week of before Christmas? Now that major toys going 2 weeks into Christmas and you have those toys available.
How crazy would it be that you get the unmasked version of Boba Fett at the end of the series?
Oh, you mean
you get Boba Fett. Mando, true. You get Boba Fett. You get unmasked Boba Fett. They release him at the end of the series. They release. Remember, we still haven't seen Ahsoka. These toys exist already.
Yep. Oh,
we have not Black Series. Black Series is they're behind on it, and on purpose they're behind.
Oh yeah.
These toys should have been out, or I feel like the Black Series will get released the minute the season's over, but it seems like the Funkos are getting released every Saturday when the episodes are getting released.
Yep.
And will we see the Boba Fett Mandalorian Funko on the last episode, or on some sort of episode, maybe on an episode where he passes.
We'll see.
I mean, we still haven't gotten the Goth. No, we did. No, we're just waiting for the other figures. We're still waiting on everything that happened this season. So this could be a little tactic here and there. But also last week as well too, since I was still nursing my wounds and everything when it came to passing, I did not partake in the Rhode Island Comic Con Funko release that was happening all over Toy Vaults. I believe all five or six locations.
5 locations that are basically based around Connecticut, Mass, and Rhode Island all had the Funko Soda Pop Pennywise. 15,000 were released, 10,000 in the United States, 5,000 were released in Europe, coincided at the same time. Right. The 10,000 here. So out of the 15,000, 12,500 of them were regulars. And then there was 2,500 that were chase variants of it. Nice. So there was some that were here and there. Now, the ones that were released here in the United States had a Rhode Island Comic Con sticker on it that you could only get here in the USA. So that's what the sticker looks like. Trying not to get the glare on it. So it was a Rhode Island Comic Con exclusive. Nice. You can only get that with the sticker here in the USA. You could not get it in Europe. So this one here was a strictly, basically Rhode Island in a way, because we were really only like New England. You were not going to find this at a FYE, Hot Topic, GameStop, Babbage, Funko Land, whatever the other stores are. No other comic vendors are really selling this, or comic shops that are going to, because it's exclusive deal that we have with our partner, which is Toy Vault. Toy Vault did a fantastic job with this, and we have partnered with them to do a lot of our Funko Pops. So it's so Pennywise, and it's based off of our Funko Pop that we did in 2018 for the show. So this is what the little bugger looks like as a normal. The chase will be a grayish, darked out gray one as well. So this is the pop that you can get. They still are in sale at all the Toy Vaults. So you have the one in the Crystal Mall. You have the one that's at the Rhode Island Mall. I'm sorry, Warwick Mall, Dartmouth Mall, North Attleboro Mall. There is one other one I cannot hold. I'm drawing a blank on something with an S. I cannot remember it. I do apologize what the name is. I'm very sorry.
Locations of Toy Vault that are within the Rhode Island, Connecticut, and Massachusetts area.
Correct. And you can order it from thetoyvault.com. So www.thetoyvault.com. If you just type in Toy Vault, you're going to go to some weird, like, anime style, like, funky stuff. Solomon Pond Mall. Thank you, J-Bell. That's the other one. Solomon Pond Mall. That's the other store you can find it at. They are selling for $15 plus tax at any of the Toy Vault locations, and on the website they are $15, and plus shipping they are going for around $21 with tax and shipping on the website, and they will ship to your house. Minimum, I believe, is 2 per purchase per person. So that way we're trying to keep down people just hoarding them and then trying to flip them and retail them and all over the place. So you can definitely find them at thetoyvault.com or at one of the Toy Vaults for $15. So I mean, hey, I know people like, hey, I want to buy it. They live in California and they're going to pay eBay prices of like $70 or something. Don't, just go to thetoyvault.com and you can buy it for $15.
I remember watching my eBay one go up to like 300 plus.
So I'm actually going to open a couple. I have this so we can showcase.
I know. I want to open one up with you right next to it.
I mean, it's already out there. So, yeah.
Oh.
So this is the plastic wrap coming off on it. So it does not. It's not an actual soda. So please don't try to drink it. I know everyone's going to make the joke. It tastes a little funny because of clown. Ha ha ha. But. So
pops up.
I know, right? I'm trying to get the pop on it. Come on, you sucker!
Don't bend the can.
Yeah, this one's got a little bit of pressure on it, so I do apologize. There we go. So you'll notice when you open up the Funko Pop, your character is in a black bag. So it's just like, and then so you can tell whether or not you got a Funko, the Chase or the regular, because on the bottom you have kind of basically a Pog. So this is just the regular Pennywise. So it's just basically this will tell you whether or not you got the Chase. So this is one of 12,500. So these are what the regular ones look like for the particular pop. So it's actually really cool. It's like a really nice tin, soda can. So this one's just going to be the regular Pennywise.
Nice. I like that it's bubble wrapped.
Oh yeah, it's very nice. The detail on it is actually really cool. They did a really good job making this little sucker look demonic.
Very Tim Curry.
Oh yes, very, very Tim Curry with the style of it and everything. The amount of color, the design on it is actually a really good job. They did a fantastic job with this piece.
If you got that signed by Tim Curry, where would you get it signed?
I would probably have to figure you probably have to go on the back side, like I would say on his back and towards his butt, because it's more of a flat area. So you could probably get that done that way. Would probably be the best spot where you can get the signature done, or on his forehead. But I mean, or you could do the can. You could do the can. Totally up to you guys. Whatever you want to do.
Put him back in his plastic bag to bag.
I got to put the evil clown away. I don't want him, eating me in the middle of the night.
Night like makes noises.
Yeah, right. So that, and then put them back out. You can even leave them out display, however you want to do. I do like this though, because it does literally looks like a can of soda, which is actually a pretty neat little thing. So this one I've already kind of popped open earlier when I was ripping the bag. I was kind of showing hashes, so I opened the bag on it. So we're gonna see what this one's going to be, and looks like I am one of the lucky people that have found a Chase.
Oh,
so
nice!
I found the Chase. So one of so it's the gray Pennywise, which is one of 2,500. So
that's
they
awesome.
are very extremely limited on these. Like I said, 2,500. So I'm pretty cool. My boss is probably gonna kick my butt now because I got a Chase and he did not. So we'll have to see about that. And
luck of the show. The luck of the show.
Hey, he gave me the box and said pick 2 out. I did, and I guess I got lucky. So this is the way the gray guy looks versus the colored one. Let me pop that one back out so I can show you guys side by side the differences.
I find it interesting that it comes with Pogs.
Right, I do love that it's old school with the Pogs for it. So
are they cardboard or are they metal?
No, they're cardboard for the Pogs, and this is the Chase. So you can see the major differences in the color, the gray look. It's got that, light gray, dark grades, all the color grays that they do have on it. And they did an actual fantastic job with these for the different figures.
Nice.
So
nice.
These are definitely some really cool pieces for it. These are definitely cool with Tim Curry based off of his design from the original It movie. So these are definitely, I agree with J-Bo. The gray ones do look a lot more evil. Like this looks more friendly, fun, like, hey, I'm a clown, I'm a little bit evil. This one looks, no, I'm psychotic, I'm here to like eat your children and kill you.
Attack of the Killer Clowns, that literally normal clown, evil clown, and everything on it. So
yeah. And like I said, you got the soda can, you can just kind of in a way like sit it on top, and just if you wanted to display it out on your display case and put it outside. So this would be the your Chase. So this is the Chase, and
Connie, he got the Chase. Connie, he ended up with the Chase.
The regular and Chase of these.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy. You have no idea, dude. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna miss this weekend. I was gonna have fun. We're gonna open a few up, blah blah blah. And there you are, Funko in a can. He's got the Rhode Island Comic-Con exclusives. He's not only has the regular figure, he also has the Chase.
And like I said, it's a limited edition 2020 Rhode Island Comic-Con. These are limited to 15,000, 5,000 Europe, 10,000 here in the USA. Only exclusive to at Rhode Island Comic Con, and the Toy Vault. So definitely check it out, guys. Make sure you did thetoyvault.com. Check them out. $15 for the figure, $6 to ship it with that, which isn't a bad deal at all. They'll allow you to purchase 2 as far as to my knowledge right now. So you can get 2 of them. So you're looking at, like, with taxes, $42 for 2 figures. So don't pay the scalper prices, please. I definitely like the Pog. As we all know, Pogs back in the day, if anybody's a fan of Pogs, you had to sit there and slam them down. So it would have been a little cooler if they were plastic, because that would have been really neat or something, or maybe a little bit Mattel, but that's the website, guys. Go to the Toy Vault to definitely get your pops. These are definitely really cool.
Very cool, though.
I do like the Pogs. I do. And every single one that are made for the soda, the Funko Pops, if you check them out, at the bottom, they do all come with them. And actually, when we were there at the Warwick Mall Toy Vault, a couple of friends of mine came in, they were buying stuff, and they bought like a Joker one, and he opened it up and he got the Chase Joker. And I was like, nice. Dude, I want to see the Pog. Like, I really cared more about the Pog than I did the figure. So I was like, show me the Pog.
The cardboard just in the bottom.
Yeah, I was like, dude, that's actually really cool. Like, the Pog actually looks really cool. So these are definitely something kind of cool, guys. If you're exclusive, you're a toy hunter, you're a Funko Soda Pop fan, or just a Funko Pop in general, you definitely need to grab these. These are definitely cool. The regular one is this one. This is the Chase variant one. And I can't say enough about these things. They're absolutely fantastic. So nice. Check them out. Thetoyvault.com, guys. Do not miss out on that.
Yes. On that little happy note, dude, I'm like, I missed out. I was looking forward to opening a few of those up. I'm happy you grabbed 2. This makes me feel better. As Mike was saying, go on thetoyvault.com, grab your Pennywise exclusives that were for Rhode Island Comic Con. If you missed out any part of the show, go back, rewatch the show, follow us on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Follow us on our Instagram pages for updates every now and then on toys and action figures, and may the hunt be in your favor. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all this Sunday for This Week in Pop Culture. And as Mike is pointing out, go and get your Funko, your Rhode Island Comic Con exclusive. Good night, guys.